ran up a check, I might do it again. Enemies close, had me thinking they're friends. 10 toes down, I'll be free until the end. Crib outside the city, I don't feel safe in my hands. Took so many years, I'm just waiting for the wins. I'm in debt to no one but the one who took my sins. I do it for real, there's no reason to pretend. If I do it once, I do it again. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me. Oh, you matter what? Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me. Oh, you matter what? Add it up. Told her if it's all me, everything is on me. Gon' back it up. Matter what? Told ya I'ma do me. Why you hating on me? It's not adding up. I do roll like a Mack truck. Country heart, I might cop a farm and go act up. Lot of scars, I was cold-hearted, now I'm back up. Keep it real, I do this once a month, I don't rap much. I just take the money and go stack up. Only buying car to get tatted up. All that other bull, it don't matter much. You only climb me, I put the ladders up. No fault, I done doubled up on the workload. I think I fell in love with the bankroll. Pray up, get money, then we lay low. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me. Oh, you matter what? Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me. Oh, you matter what? Add it up. Told her if it's all me, everything is on me. Gon' back it up. Matter what? Told ya I'ma do me. Why you hating on me? It's not adding up. Told her if it's all me, everything is on me. Gon' back it up. Matter what? Told ya I'ma do me. Why you hating on me? It's not adding up.
GRG Podcast, where you get all the latest gaming news, hot topics, and more. With guest Triple Cup Chuck, Live Wires Gaming, 108 Dragons TV, Bloody Knuckles, Operations Op 100, Live, and your host, K Mega 405. The GRG Podcast
starts right now.
Beautiful. Let's go. Let's go.
Oh, what's happening, everybody? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? The GRG podcast is doing it live. Back this week is a special week because not only do I got a guest, and, it's kind of late edition. I apologize for that, but I kind of got hit the same way, so I was kind of like, you know what? Let me go ahead and hit this dude up the same way like he hit me. So, you know what I'm saying? So let me go ahead and hit him up. What's going on with you, man? Dirt, diggity, griggity, man. I always say diggity, but it's griggity. What's happening with you, man? And listen, hold on, fam. I do got to do this. I got to do this. Now, as this is a 100% light-skinned podcast, we had to make our quota. We had to get a dark brother on the scene, man. So I had to do that. You know what I'm saying? Just like I got to make my white quota, I got to get my dark brother quota. You know what I'm saying? Because we got love for everybody. So it is what it is, man. What's happening with you, Dirt? Hey, man, Xbox in the building. Tell everybody where you from, what you do, man, and how everything is going with you, brother.
Oh, man. Hey, I'm doing good, brother. Hey, first of all, thanks for the invite, man. And it feels good to, man. You met your quota today because I'm a dark brother. Man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, and it's good to be here with beige dudes. But yo, check this out.
You gonna get that smoke?
Beige. I love it.
Detroit. Hey. For those that don't know me, I'm from Detroit, right? Born and raised.
I got family in Detroit. What part? I got family in Pontiac.
I'm from the west side, or like Pontiac. No, I got some family in Pontiac too. But
okay.
Most definitely. Okay. And I'm an Xbox guy, man. Like for the people that don't know me, Team Xbox all the way. I got a podcast on Mondays called We Bleed Green, and hey, We Bleed Green for real. So check it out.
It the other day.
Yeah, that's that. Yeah, man, he's killing it. He's killing it, man. He's killing it. Man, much love for what you doing, man. I know that you've been following a lot of us and things like that, but man,
absolutely,
just definitely love the support and what y'all do with that podcast, man. Y'all do really big things.
Thanks,
and you also got another podcast as well. You do.
Yeah, and I also got a podcast on Wednesdays called Scram Punks, but that's not just strictly an Xbox podcast. We got a Nintendo girl on there. We got a Stadia guy actually. We don't have a PlayStation guy yet, but I'm trying to get at least one PlayStation.
You got a Stadia guy? That means he ain't got much to say.
Oh no! That boy got all types of shit to say. I see him all the time. You know what I'm saying? Posting stuff, man. He's really been going crazy here lately now. But
yeah, man.
Good luck.
Well, I'm happy to be here, though, bro. Happy to be here.
No doubt. And everybody in the chat, man, thank you for coming by, man. Go ahead and send this out, spread that, because I'm too lazy to do it my damn self. So if you could do it, it'd be greatly appreciated. And hit that like or dislike button. They work. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But you know what? It's all about love here. Y'all already know what time it is. We about to get to the bums. And there's one bum that just left out at the last second. You know what I'm saying? He said he had to go clip his toenails because they was as long and they was curled up under his feet. 100, we sorry that you can't be here tonight because we was ready for you to go gamma green, but you probably seen too much of the show and your toenails and fingernails grew so goddamn long by watching the show. You just sit there and you just had to, you over there clipping. You said you was going to be in the chat, so we'll see. We'll make sure that you're in the chat, man. What's going on? What's happening with you, Delilah? What's happening with you, sis?
UHD?
Yes. Grown women gaming in the house. Really appreciate it. Definitely. All right, man, so let's get to it. Let's get to the bums. First off, man, Mr. Hype Man tonight. Man, I might need to go and check him. Not bloody when he goes onto these rants because he's been ranting ever since he came into the lobby. What's up with you, 108 Dragons? Glad that you got that fire back. What's happening with you?
Life is good, man, and I'm telling you, I'm bleeding green tonight. I swear to God, boy, you about to get this smoke. It's gonna be green smoke. It's gonna be like that dong, and I'm not playing with nobody in these streets. Y'all asked for this smoke. Y'all wanted to showcase, and we ready to bring you that heat. We ready to bring our opinion. Thanks for everybody showing up. Yo, listen, man, let's go. I'm hyped.
Let's go.
Drive-by killers in video game status. GTA status.
Whoa.
Let's go.
Baby Livewire, man. What's going on? Where's my Dolphins at?
I ain't say the T-virus. I ain't curse.
Lord, please, we don't need that again. We don't need that. Boy, we don't need that, boy.
They gonna get this smoke tonight. If you ain't ready for these smoke and mirrors, I think you need to leave. Because y'all gonna get this smoke. I'm bringing up everything. New York status. That's the word. It ain't, I don't know how to spell it. Everything.
But you know how to say it. All right, cool. Now, let me get on to somebody who's a little bit more calm and subdued. Man, my brother Bloody Knuckles with the Satan rings. What's happening with you, brother? What's happening?
Yo, you already know what it is. I am hyped. That show gave me everything that I was looking forward to. I was like, we popped off on the morning show or the live reaction with 108s and the rest of our crew over there. And I'm so excited to talk about everything because there was a lot of stuff on there that I caught in an instant that had me hyped. The variety. Oh, bro. And that surprise announcement at the end, the worst kept secret of the industry, but everything that I wanted. Let's go. I want to talk now, damn it.
Hey, bro, I know everybody wants to talk. What's going on with you, Tyron? What's going on with you people out there on the Twitch side? Thank you for coming and checking out the GRG podcast. You know what I'm saying? Still kind of new to the game in my first month, but I do appreciate all the support that I'm getting over here on Twitch. I know my boy Bloody Knuckles is over there killing it right now. I have to say this. I do have to say this. This will be a disclaimer. This will be a pro Xbox night. Now, I'm pretty sure that we'll have all different opinions. But if you came here to hear a lot of scrutiny, you already heard that shit on Crossfire or somewhere else. Because here, we're going to tell you the truth. We're going to keep it real. We're going to keep it funky. But the disclaimer is that I'm going to be probably playing Ghost of Tsushima. I'm going to be streaming that after the show. So whatever the case may be. That game is hot, though. That game is fire.
Yeah, it's a dope game, man. That game dope. I ain't front, bro.
Hey, bro, that game, I ain't gonna even hold you. That shit is fire.
Yo, Megan. I'm gonna tell you the truth on Ghost of Tsushima.
Oh, here we go.
Right, here we go.
Listen,
see if you had whales, right? And I had a fish.
No. I'm gonna be honest. Everything I said about that game is true, right? It's not as polished as some of the Sony titles. You know, it's got some janky animations. Blase blah. We know what the shit was, right? But at the end of the day, guess what the game is? It's fucking fun to play. It's fun to play. That's at the end of the day, it's fun to play.
No, it's excellent to play.
Dolphins in the chat for my man not lying.
Hey man, I need some fire dolphins. I need to put those fire dolphins up. I'm definitely going to do that, man. I'm definitely.
It don't look. It's not.
Somebody some smoke.
I'm gonna have to tell. I'll tell y'all some stuff after the show tonight. You know what I'm saying, about some stuff that I found out. After I came from my doctor's appointment and stuff like that. So big things will be coming. So let's go.
You found out that big toe got to get cut off.
Pretty much, but that's okay. It's all right. It's all right. Sounds like there's gonna be a change.
I'm shouting out the chat and all that. Six Player, you in the chat, not in the room?
Anyway, let me
get
anyway, let's go ahead and get to the next member on the podcast. Man, Livewire already spoken, so man, King of the Dolphins, my brother was on time. I know hell froze over, and Kratos will die tonight. What's going on with you, Livewire? What's happening, brother?
It's gonna be a good show. I got a lot of things to say. I got some things that shock people that I will say, and I got some things that will basically reiterate what some other people will say, but just in my colorful language.
Colorful. Hold on. Wait. I gotta nip this in the bud right now. Live. We ain't gonna do colorful. We gonna do semi-colorful. We're gonna do a little bit of gray. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna just.
You said politically correct.
Yeah. We're not just gonna get a handful of just paint and just throw that shit on the wall and see what sticks.
No.
Okay.
I'm not.
You missed the whole point.
What's the point?
He said he's gonna shock the world. He called himself Ali, so he's the great Messiah.
Okay, that's fine. He can be the great Messiah. He can be the great Buddha. I don't care what. But he ain't gonna be just throwing just live wire, just stuff on the wall and just let it just go crazy with metaphors. Because I don't know where his metaphors are gonna go.
Is he works in McDonald's. He's flipping burgers.
Yo, man, listen.
Move on.
Okay, stop. All right, and then last but not least, man, my boy PK. Man, I know that you want to talk about some Nintendo tonight, but that's not going to happen. So get ready. We're talking about nothing but Xbox, sucker. What you doing? What's happening? How's life been going? Have life been treating you, PK?
Hey, I'm happy to be here. Happy Friday.
Turn your thing down on your mic.
Yeah, turn your mic down. Get that feedback.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Happy Friday, friends and family. I'm just glad to be here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just say this. We never talk about Nintendo, but it's okay as long as I get my gameplay up.
I
That's
didn't
all I
even,
care about.
I didn't even put your
Okay.
gameplay in. I'm showing Ghost of Tsushima. I said, forget it. I said, people want to see some other than
Is your
Xbox. I want to show
gameplay right
Ghost
here,
of Tsushima.
son?
No,
It's a
wait.
gameplay?
This my gameplay,
wait.
sucker. You see me fighting that
Ooh,
Ronin?
hey,
You see me fighting that
let me
Ronin?
back.
I see him.
And let me back up. He's
Okay.
already frauding because he said it's supposed to be about Xbox, and this ninja showing PlayStation. So I don't know what's going on. here.
They say that Xbox gamers don't know how to play PlayStation games. I'm playing them 30 frames with the best of them, baby. Listen to that Ronin. Get this pony. You know I don't ever say pony ever.
I really
Stan? No, I'm playing. That game is fire though. No,
It
I
is fire.
got you, PK. You know, if half of these suckers gave me gameplay, I wouldn't be showing trailers and everything else
Nah, you
like
do
I
what
do.
you need to do. You the one
No.
winning every week on next. You win every week on next. You the gamer.
Oh my God, stop it! No, I don't. I lost last month, so I got to beat bot again. So I need my people to come follow and help me to defeat the evil
I
Xbox
always vote for you.
448
It's a light-skin thing.
because his gameplay was ass and he won. I'm like, listen. I need my.
It's rigged.
Yeah, it was rigged. The tallies was rigged. But anyway, all right, man. Let's get to it.
Ass bean crackers.
Hey,
Oh, he came in. I talked long enough for him to come in.
Tonight. You say
What?
something crazy, I'm lighting them up.
Anyway, what's going on with you, Slayer? You made it. I was hoping to keep talking until you
Justin
got
the
in here.
Nick.
Yes, because I was just about to get to the first topic.
Yeah.
Good time.
All right, Slayer, what's going on with
Hey,
you?
hold
What's going on?
Nah, man, you can't be talking to no PC guys. This guy a PC guy.
Is Xbox not on PC?
I'm playing.
Oh, he said Xbox on PC. Anyway, go ahead. What's up with you, Slayer, man? Glad that you can make it, man. What's going on, man?
Woo! Just in the nick, bro. Like
Yes,
very
sir.
literally. Just ran in room, hopped in. I hear PK wrapping up, and boom, it's my turn.
Yes.
Perfect sync. I like that.
Now. Indeed. Now, as you see, I'm over here standing. I'm finna fight this chick in these beautiful
We're not doing that. We're not doing your gameplay. Let's go.
Oh, my gameplay is good. I'm going to talk about it every time that you see it.
We got a super chat. We got a super chat from a small guy.
Oh my goodness. Hold on. Look at this guy. Hey man, you've been replaced.
Dirk looked like he wearing a robe.
Dirk
Just got out the shower.
Griggity said he was gonna take your spot, sucker. So anyway, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, hey, Cyrus Burke, my boy, Operations Op, man. Thank you, man. I know that you're working, you're doing the damn thing. You know what I'm saying, man? Go ahead and make that money. He said, Lemon, I'm gonna flip your big self off a building for this slander. GRG in the building. Thank you, that man.
Whatever. You just mad because you a seamstress.
Oof.
My grandmother was a seamstress.
Hey man, that boy making money though. Hey man, tell him Op, you over here being a seamstress
for. Don't count. That's not money.
He get $250 an hour, but he gets tips because he over here he's a seamstress for beautiful models. That's what he's doing. Op over there working hard, man, for the money. That man's out there. He's a gigolo. All right, man. So let's get to it, man. Tonight is only about the show. We're not going to have any other topics. So we're going to start off a little light, and then before we get to the big stuff, and probably about, maybe about 30 minutes or so, we'll get into the big stuff and talk about Halo, because I know everybody wants to hear about that. But let's talk about some of the other things that we've seen. And man, let me go ahead and let me look at some of these things right here. So let's start off a little light, because that's how we do it. First game. And I'm going to go to you first, our guest, Griggity. I'm going to go and ask you your point of view on a game that we seen that was in the pre-show, which was Dragon. Well, I should have asked Bloody about that, so I'll go to Bloody about that one. So let me go ahead and do this one. It's Exo
How
Mecha.
about you should say that for me, not Bloody, because he gets too many of the Japanese games.
Okay, well there's more Japanese games.
Bloody be hogging them.
Okay, all right, man. Then I'll give it to you, PK.
Tis true.
I give it.
Tis true. I think Bloody's not even mad about it. You notice he didn't say nothing.
No, Bloody didn't say anything about it. All right.
The first Japanese GRG dude. We just give you that title because you keep claiming it.
All right, cool. So, all right, for first things first, then let me go straight to it. All right, so let's talk about. Well, let's talk about this. I think this is pretty interesting overall. Let's just go this. I'm gonna go straight to you on this one, Dirt. Destiny 2. And then finding out that, and like I said, the woman that popped up and that was saying she's very pleasant. I met her at E3. very, very, very nice lady. It was normally it's kind of weird to go and talk to people, especially when you know that they got this high stature and stuff like that. And then sometimes they kind of maybe some people will shun you off, things like that. But she was very pleasant. We talked for about maybe 10 minutes, just about.
You talking about Sarah? What's her name? Sarah Bond?
Yes, and how nervous she was because it was her first time at E3 last year to talk about like Game Pass and talk about her position. And man, it was just wild. Like I mean, like I said, she was just a really pleasant, nice lady. But she also dropped the bomb talking about Destiny and how Destiny is going to be on Game Pass. Not only the new expansion, but all of Destiny because they have a partnership with Bungie. How big and significant is that in your opinion, Dirt?
Well, I think that's big because Destiny is it one of the biggest new IPs this generation. I think if it's not number one, it's definitely top 3. And for it to be in Game Pass, man, that's just going to put even more eyes on Game Pass and Xbox and even Destiny for some people that's not really interested in Destiny that has Game Pass. And like you mentioned, to have all of the expansions plus the new expansion that's coming later this year, man, that's big, man, because Destiny is a big deal. You know, I mean, I know everybody don't like the game. I don't really play it like that, but it's a big game, and it's just showing you how serious Game Pass is and the value of Game Pass just keep on increasing, man. So it's a big deal, bro. Like Destiny 2 is definitely a big deal.
Now, let me ask you this as well. Now, I mean, not only that, I mean, there was other games that we'll mention here later on that's going to be on Game Pass as well. But I mean, there's so many people out there that's trying to devalue what Game Pass is. Like, give us an explanation of how you feel that, like, the value aspect of it. Like, I mean, what do you think is for a gamer that's been gaming for countless years, like all the rest of us? How beneficial is Game Pass overall for a whole bunch of us gamers out here?
Hey, man, let me tell you something, right? I'm 43 years old, right? So, you know, I ain't no kid, right? You know, let me tell you something, brother. I got a daughter in college. I got, some older kids. And I love gaming. That's my hobby, right? That's my number one hobby. That's what I love to do. But at the same time, Game Pass is offering something for me, a monthly subscription. That's what I'm paying everything, cable, lights, gas. My music is monthly now. For me to be able to, Netflix, everything is monthly. So for me to be able to get all of this content, right, for a monthly subscription, I know at first people was like, no, I want to own my games. And I was kind of like that at first until I said, dude, just get it in Game Pass. You get to play it, you get to enjoy it. And if you want to buy it, you can. Game Pass is a value. I don't care what anybody says. If they hate Game Pass, I mean, that's their prerogative. But Game Pass is a value. I wish they had some type of food service. I can get my groceries for $15 a month.
Talk about it. Talk about it, bro. Talk about it.
Yeah, that would be amazing, man. And look, bro, that's why I love Xbox. That's one of the reasons I love Xbox. I know Game Pass ain't been around forever, but for the last few years, it's gotten better and better and better. And after the show, you see it's going to get even better going into the next generation. So Game Pass is just just dope.
No doubt. All right, man, let's move on to the next person about this. Let me go to you, Slayer. What is your thought process with Game Pass and just about the whole Destiny situation? Like, I mean, how big of a deal is that?
The Destiny deal is a big deal.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you why it's a big deal. Because Sony pulled a similar move, and I dare say maybe this move has been inspired by that. And they want to show Sony how you do it right. What did Sony do? Grand Theft Auto 5, a game from the previous generation that's on this generation. You're going to get it next generation again. Whoopee. Now, Destiny 2, I've never even played Destiny 2 because I played Destiny 1.
You're a PC guy. How you not going to play that?
Well, hear me out.
Okay.
Destiny 1. Okay. I bought the special edition that came with the first 2 expansion packs. I didn't get the Taken King. I stopped playing before the Taken King came out. I've never played Destiny 2. And even I know Destiny 2 is a bigger win with all the expansions still to come that we will get. I've never played Destiny 2. I will now. This is a win. This is a win. And if Sony had it, it would have been a win. If Nintendo had it, it would have been a win. If Epic had it, it would have been a win. So when Microsoft has it, it's a win. Don't get it twisted. And the same goes for Game Pass. It's the same logic applies there. If Nintendo had equivalent of Game Pass, people would be bending the knee all day to Nintendo. Ditto with Sony. But Microsoft does it. All of a sudden, it's all this crap. We've heard the narrative, we've heard the lies, we've heard the garbage, the BS. We've heard it all. It's just like our esteemed guest said, Dirt Griggs said. Hey, Logan. It's that simple. You're saving money. It's that simple. It's a benefit to you, the gamer. And now with it being a part of, because it's looking like, Xbox Live is going to be free, and then, we're really paying for Game Pass Ultimate. We get free games with that all the time with Games for Gold. We get discounts on games, even if we want to buy them to keep them. So when they're off Game Pass, we're getting discounts. Like, any way you look at it, it's just facts. Game Pass is a win. And if your platform had it, you'd be bending over backwards to run up a mountain to shout it out to everybody. If it was on your other chosen platform, but if it's on Xbox, it's not, get the hell out of here. Come on.
No doubt.
These two are absolute wins. That's simple.
Absolutely. I totally agree. Let me hit up what my boy Black Tavern said over here on Twitch. He said stupid amount of valuable games on Game Pass. Destiny isn't even the only one. The Tomb Raider games, little indie games, Gears, Oni games. I really wanted and couldn't wait for came day one. He says day one Game Pass. I don't know. That's what I'm, as a gamer who buys a lot of games, and I'm gonna go to you on this one, PK. And as much money as I spend on these games to support them, because that's just, as a gamer, it's my favorite hobby in the world. But like, to know that I have this extra income to do other things, especially when there's games that I've been looking at, like Indivisible, something like that, and then I see that it's on Game Pass, and I get the chance to play it and see what it's like, instead of taking a chance and then finding out that I might not like the game and wasting my money. It gives you a better option and understanding of how to respect that these developers also have a lot more. They have a lot more confidence into their games when they put them in the Game Pass too, because it's also a trial for them. Don't you agree with that, PK?
Yeah, I can see it. I can see where you're coming from with that. I kind of agree with that. I also see it as an opportunity to get people who don't have Xbox to get down and try these games as well. I mean, Game Pass on PC, I think, is excellent. So, and considering that they're going to wrap this in Project xCloud, it's going to reach even more gamers who don't have Xbox or PC to invest into the Microsoft ecosystem, which will bring us all together. And at the end of the day, I think that's the goal, right? So that we all play and try these games together, and then we can enjoy more. And the more that people enjoy these games, the more they're going to make games like those things. You know what I mean? So, I mean, Grounded is an example. I would have never thought I would pick this game up. But I'm telling you now, I tried this game out, and it is fun as crap to play. That's all I'm saying. Is so Game Pass made it, and even though I played the demo, Game Pass made it easier for my friends to try out something like Grounded. Something they probably would never try out, but guess what? They kind of like this game, and they're going to get down on it. So, yeah, definitely a good opportunity. And the good thing about Game Pass is the devs, for just like how Spotify works, every time there's a download, they're getting compensated. So this ain't no free thing. They get compensated every time we touch that game. So it's this. I know it's a false pretense or narrative out there that they're not getting paid because it's on Game Pass. That's just not true at all. It's just like Netflix, just like Spotify, or anything else that you do. Every time you touch that product, they get compensated. So it is what it is. So they're definitely happy about the product, and that's why there are more games coming to Game Pass because it's getting them out there. It's getting them out there. That's for sure. I mean, there's so many older games that no one would probably touch, but definitely tried it out.
No doubt, for real. I do want to hit up the super chat. Thank you, J Mo Money. He says, "Happy birthday, Mega's family. Game Pass for life." Listen, thank you so much, man. For the very first time, man, I know that I've said this before, in part of the, especially the older GRG family, the ladies and others. I had a crazy situation where I had somebody post something, post crazy pictures of my family, and one of them was my daughter and stuff, and so I got really reserved and held back, and like, damn, you know what I'm saying? I just talk about video games. I don't get personal with anybody's life or anything like that. Out on the, on social media, anything like that. But for somebody to go in and to do those things, it made me kind of really guarded. Maybe talk to my kids, like, what the hell? Tell my mom, which she didn't understand what the hell was going on. But I posted a picture of my daughter because today is her 21st birthday. You know what I'm saying? She's a woman now, and it's crazy. It's to reflect and to see, she's still my baby and always will be, but it's just more the thing of just like, damn, she's a grown ass woman now, and so. And so people they ask me like, damn, Mega, how old are you? And I'm 44, but I started early. I had my son in high school, and my daughter came 5 years later. But it's you know what I'm saying. But I'm a proud father, man. I love my kids to no end, and they both do damn hard. My daughter is more like me. My son is really more subdued. He's more like his mom, just kind of chill, even kill, do his thing. But my daughter is me. So if y'all try to flex or say she's gonna talk shit just like I do. So it's so sometimes she's a little difficult because she's stubborn like I am. But I try to push her to be that way so she can fight off some of the hordes of these dirty ass dudes out here. I got to watch out. Matter of fact, when I posted the picture, there was dudes like, "Hey man, let me holler at your daughter, man." I say, "Hey man, we country folk out here, man. I'll give you that Oklahoma hospitality, man." I mean, I'm saying the whole family. We got a lot of cousins out here. We can take you out to the woods. We can take you to treat you, go hunting, and if you get caught up by a boar or some, get caught up by a wild pig or a little black bear or something, man, hey, that ain't our fault. We got a lot of red clay out here, so don't ask about dating my daughter, asshole. So anyway, but no, big shout out to thank you so much for that. But
that's a good way to say it. You ask about my daughter, you getting shot.
Hey, no, you know what I'm saying? I mean, listen. I ain't gonna be doing all that, but I'm just saying. But it's it's crazy to look back and see how fast they grow. So for anybody who have young children, man, absorb that and take that in, because 1 minute you're looking at 7, 8 years old and you're like, damn, these little bad motherfuckers. And the next thing you know, they're like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, man, y'all want to go hang out? Oh, no, I got things to do. You know what I'm saying?
My daughter like, what? Sunday. I ain't playing no games.
No games, bro. No games.
No games.
So, man, yeah, cherish your children, man. You know what I'm saying? And so God bless my baby girl. I give her a nickname Poofer. That's what I call her. I call her Poofer because she always had that wild little hair, and so I just seen just be running around, just being wild. So. But shout out to my baby girl Poofer, man. I hope you having a good night. She hanging out with her friends and stuff. So, anyway,
congratulations, my friend, and happy birthday to your daughter, man.
Yeah, 21,
thank you, young lady there.
Yeah, thank you.
Congratulations, my friend, and happy birthday once again.
She's a woman, but I'll still pop your ass. I'll take you out to the woods. I'm like, hey man, let's go hunting. Anyway,
right.
So my boy Pred, before I get to the next person, well no, PK, you wasn't done, was you?
It's okay because that was part of Game Pass.
Okay, all right. So let me go ahead and read what Pred said. He said, when Bungie decides to make a game not called Destiny, that this partnership will benefit too. And big shout out to you, Crispy Bomb. I see you in the building, man. Thank you so much. Kuda Steve said that was classy. Thank you so much. Yes, very classy. I will take you to the woods. So if PK, if you got anything else you want to say before I move on to the next person, go ahead and let us know, man. I'm sorry.
I just want to point out something because somebody in the chat did say something about grounded being on Steam, and that's totally fine. It doesn't matter where the game exists. It's all about being an ecosystem. Because guess what? I got the demo on PC, but it's also part of Game Pass on PC. So there's no reason for me to get it on Steam when I have Game Pass on PC, and I can just play the game just like anyone else.
Repeat
but
yourself. Repeat that, PK.
I can play the same game without buying it on Steam with Game Pass on PC and with my brothers and sisters on Xbox.
Woo.
That includes
game saves, configurations, everything too. The way you like to play it,
I don't need
it's already
to
saved.
buy it on Steam. It doesn't really matter where you play the game. It's all about getting the game. Doesn't matter if you play it on Xbox, PC, because at the end of the day, it's part of that Microsoft's ecosystem.
Yeah. Well, I mean that part is true, and also I see that our boy Chris Hart's in the building, and he says, but you don't own the game. If you choose to own the game at a discount, you will own the game.
You can buy any of the games on Game Pass at any given time with a discount.
Right.
So yes, you do own the game.
Go ahead, Dirk. Go ahead. Say what you
Can I say something about that? Like when people say that, of course we all have our personal preference, but for me, you know what? I always say this story on, like on my podcast. In my garage, I have like this old CD booklet, right? Whole bunch of CDs up in there, a whole bunch of CDs. And it's 2020 now, right? So if I want to listen to any CD in that booklet, I go to Spotify, right? Just go straight to Spotify, listen to that song. Now, what I'm trying to say is, now this is just my personal preference.
Yes.
I'm not a collector. And at this point in 2020, that's in the way. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to play the games. I don't have to physically have the game anymore. Not at this point in my life. Like I said, I'm 43. I don't want all that stuff in my house. You know what I'm saying? But as long as I have access to these games, I'm happy. Now, if you still want to be a collector, hey, that's cool. I don't have to own the games. I don't have to own all of the movies on Netflix. Now, if it's a special movie that I absolutely love, then I will buy it. But if not, I mean, as long as I can play the games, that's all I'm concerned about.
Exactly. No, I totally agree. Go ahead, Live. What is your point of view about this with the whole Destiny deal situation in Game Pass?
No, that's great. Hey, I'll try it. You know what I mean? You know me, I've been not such a big fan of Destiny, but I can get it for free. Like my biggest issue is I tried to jump in there and I can't do anything because I don't have access to everything. I mean, I go to be like, I want to do this world. Everybody's over there, but it's like you gotta go buy this thing. What the fuck? You know what I mean? So now that I get everything, pretty much in September, shit, it's all good. I mean, shit, but with this and all the other stuff we get, man, look, Game Pass is a nice deal. I mean, it's been that way for a while, but like Dirk was saying, like it's all about preference. Like I still to this day I don't get why somebody would want. Like, look, man, I got a friend who bought Game Pass day one. Games like I do. Like he played Gears Gears 4, I think, when it first got there, and then he played it again when Forza got there, and then he played it again when Gears 5 got there. But he don't play all the time. But he ain't get rid of his subscription, and he's been playing $15 since not 15. What was it? 10. It was like $10 since it came out. You know what I mean? Like, bro, like people think, and people do the same thing for like Spotify and videos. Like, I think people have this mindset, like, because I like to do shit the way I like to do it, you should like it. That'd be like my daughter for the first time eating cookies because she like 2 years old. So, like eating cookies inside. I'd be like, that's not how you do that shit. You're supposed to dunk it in milk. Like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck gives a shit? Like, if that's how she want to eat it, who gives a shit? No, she ruined the cookie. Fuck. Like,
oh my God.
You know what I mean? That's what that bullshit sounds like. It's like, bro, I'm telling you, like, look, people that like Game Pass, nobody's sitting there saying, well, I like Game Pass, so you must also like Game Pass. No, guess what? If you want to buy the game, bro, that's your business.
Right.
If that's what you want to do, cool, but just because that's what you want to do doesn't mean what I want to do. Listen,
and they give you a discount if you want to do it. There you go,
bro. Listen, if I could pay $1,000 to get Jordans, all different types of Jordans throughout the year, but just pay $1,000 one time. I think I'm doing that shit. Like, I'm just saying, like, who wouldn't?
I mean, just think about that. Yeah, like you're right. Live 100. Okay, so think about this for a second, right? Okay, $120 a year compared to just look at some of the games that came out that's not even for the full year, but that's come out all the way from January to this point. How much more money do you think that you spent on buying, if you was one of those people that just that was adamant on just buying every game because you thought Game Pass was just it was so fraudulent to the actual gamer? How much money have you just wasted and you spent compared to if those games are also on Game Pass, how much money you've saved to where you can do so many other things? I mean, Live, I mean, explain that, man. What the hell?
But think about this. Like, for the super hardcore, it benefits you. Why? Because, like, we had the discussion before with Lemon saying that he don't like to wait, right?
Right.
But with the Ultimate, he ain't gotta wait. You get his shit 4 days ahead. You get with all the DLC. You know what I mean? So he gets what he wants. But somebody who's super casual, they get that too. Plus the games that they would have to wait for, but they're not gonna buy because they're super casual. They just get it just because it's in Game Pass.
Right.
You know. So when I want Doom Eternal day one, they get it like 3 months, 4 months, 5 months later. You know what I mean? They just as happy as I was when I first bought it. I don't sit there and be like, oh man, I should have waited for Game Pass. Because, bro, I know certain games I buy are going to be in Game Pass. But I know I can't wait. So I mean, it is what it is. Like, and you got multiple options. Or you can either get that shit digital, you can get it physical, and then go trade that bitch in if that's what you want to do. Like, we have a lot of options. So the amount of bitching that I hear, I just don't understand. It'd be different if Microsoft says you only have one option and it's Game Pass and that's it. Maybe I can understand that shit, but bro, we got mad options. So I just think people just be bitching just for the sake of bitch.
That's a great point. I know I'm Lemon. I know that you waiting and you soaking.
No, I'm chilling, son. I'm chilling.
Yeah,
I'm
okay.
chilling.
So yeah. Okay, well, you sound like you eating. So yeah, you know what I'm saying.
A little bit.
Yeah,
but I'm
ahead.
stopping. I'm stopping.
No,
I'm done. I'm done.
No. I'm going to skip you
I don't
because
wanna
you
go
eat.
now, though,
Because
but I'm just
because
done.
when you talk, you still got a mouthful of food, and you know what I'm saying, and that makes me want to mute your ass. So I'm just going to let you
You ain't
eat.
gonna do nothing, light skinned brother.
Sucker, I will
And
mute
you my
you.
little big brother. Don't do that. Don't get online and talk crazy.
Bro,
We are
man,
brothers.
look, bro, we are brothers. We are family. This is we just don't have 100 in here to jump into it in the fray. The fact of it is, just finish
I agree
eating.
with you.
Yeah,
I'm done though. No, I'm done.
No.
Yo, I ain't eat all day, son.
Bro,
I ain't even had one meal.
Man, you should
I'm
have had
done.
a meal.
I'm done.
You know how GRG is, man. We gonna take our time. We gonna do it. But you, why?
No,
why
so
you?
go to the next person. I'm wiping my mouth right now. I got the wet wipes.
Mute
Wet
your.
wipes.
Oh, what you eating? Ribs, sucker? Is you eating ribs?
Yeah. Ribs and jerk chicken. Facts.
Jerk. Oh no, okay. Pause. I don't know.
Was on a plate,
Yeah, I know. What you talking about?
Listen.
No fries, no potato. What the hell?
Nope. Straight meat connoisseur.
No, bruh, pause. He said, I just love. He said, hey, this sucker here said, I want nothing but meat. Pause. Get out of here. Idiot. Bloody. Your time has come. Bloody. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
take all the time you want so Lemon can finish
you do
eating.
that.
Yeah, take all the time. So, okay, so the whole Game Pass situation with Destiny and just anything else that you want to add with Game Pass, let us know, man. You know what I'm saying? I know that you're going to have plenty to say while our boy eats his meat. Go ahead.
You know what? The Game Pass situation, right, with Destiny is a really great thing for those who've been wanting to get into Destiny with everything that they've been offering for Destiny. You gotta think that they offer the new light where they kind of help to kind of get people introduced into Destiny 2 by letting them play a little bit of the original Destiny 1 kind of content and stuff like that. But there was still the aspect of that they weren't getting all the access to all the new expansions and stuff that's come out recently. They would still have to go out and buy that. Of course, you see how many bundles and sales and things that they did for Destiny as it was. But the fact of Xbox getting this deal with Bungie directly to basically offer Destiny 2, probably one of the most despite how I feel about it, like I got burned on Destiny 2, it is still one of the most successful ongoing games out there. You know, the only game that's more successful than that is obviously Fortnite, but Fortnite's a whole other beast in itself. But you look at the amount of content that Destiny it continues to do with their live events, both good and bad. They still continue to support that game. They still have all these. They've now gone to their seasonal content and things like that, and how much they add into that, and then each of their expansions in between. Though that's nothing to scoff at. Was something that's obviously MMO light. It's not full MMO compared to something obviously like WoW, but the fact is they've continued to support it, and for them to offer that in Game Pass with all the expansions up to date, and then also offer the next expansion as a part of that deal, that is a big gift. Because of the fact that we saw how Bungie was after they left Activision. We kind of saw early conversations of how Phil reached out, and you saw it on Twitter that he was saying that he absolutely has a love of Destiny. He's talked about it and stuff like that, and how he wanted to continue to support and help their friends at Bungie. So we saw this months ago after the Activision split that there was some sort of talks and things like that. So it's good to see that they're offering this here, because the only other place that offers Destiny 2 and all its content and the past and really all the past expansions was on Stadia. And we see that no one's using Stadia because Stadia is absolutely useless, but you see that Game Pass has 12 million subscribers or anything like that. That's a lot more of a bigger base for people to get into Destiny 2 with all the expansions compared to Stadia, and it's maybe 500,000. I don't know, because they kind of stopped talking about it at this point. So that's a great get for Bungie to get access to all of that and a lot of love and support back from Microsoft. Everything that they're getting is a good deal for being able to get that in Game Pass when the next expansion comes out. So I think that's a really great thing for them, because they definitely need a lot of support after kind of losing the money that they were getting from everything with Activision directly. Yeah, you can talk about the money that they got from that Chinese firm, but that's towards a whole other project, not necessarily going into Destiny and things like that. So it's a good get for Bungie directly to have this kind of support from Microsoft, despite the history between Bungie and Microsoft, both good and bad. So it's good to see that there is still some bit of support that they're getting. There must have been a very beneficial deal for them to offer something like that to Microsoft for Game Pass directly.
No doubt. Oh, and you was quick with it. Damn, I'm impressed. All right. Are you done? Are you done?
You forgot about BattleNet. BattleNet offers all that stuff.
Well, yeah, but BattleNet was obviously when it was directly under Activision, so that makes sense. But I was saying the only other one that was offering that was Activision, or was through Stadia. When they announced the Stadia thing and with the Pro, they're like, hey, guess what? Destiny 2 is going to be the big flagship for Stadia. You get all the expansions, and Stadia fizzled. So, you know.
We don't talk about Stadia on GRG. But anyway.
Oh my God, Stadia for the win! Listen, shut your mouth. I'm not as adamant.
Stadia is not gonna go nowhere. I believe in it.
I believe in Stadia. I'm not as far as MMK, but I do believe that Stadia has a place.
I believe this is. It's
okay, Gritty. Okay, hold on. Dirt. Okay, Dirt deal. Hold on. Let me go to the guest, because the guest
was there anything? No, what I was saying, was there anything else that you said besides that? Answering that question, was
no. There was nothing else, because I'm gonna ask just one fundamental question to everybody, and then we're gonna get to Halo. But
you didn't ask me the question.
I'm gonna get to you, but I gotta ask Dirt a question.
I'm like a secondhand hoe around here.
You are, man. Just go ahead and stand on that corner, sucker.
I've been used.
Ooh. Yeah,
beat me with the extension cord.
When you was new and fresh, man, you had all the money. Now,
you ain't no good.
Disrespectful. Anyway, no, Derek, I do gotta ask you a question because you got a diehard Stadia guy, way harder in the paint than I am. What is your thoughts about Stadia, man? I mean, I've came on here and I've gotten ripped apart because I still think that Stadia has a place in gaming. But
it does.
But I'm not as hardcore as your boy. But Dirt. Oh, no. Stop it. See, they're already jumping on me. Dirt, save me. What the fuck, man, bro? What is man? How is it that how you cater to homeboy when he talks about Stadia the way that he does, man? Do you actually think that Stadia has a place? They have a chance?
I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. Mm-hmm. I think they have a place in this industry because listen. Let me explain myself.
Yes,
my boy MM2K, he really casts for Stadia hard, but that's what he likes.
Right.
The only reason I give him a hard time about Stadia is because he bashes Xbox.
I know.
When he bashes Xbox, I say, "Oh, you can't really bash Xbox like that." You know what I'm saying? So, but in reality, like honestly, I should say, I think it does have a place. It's just not there yet. I think once they get something decent enough, like exclusively, they
like Bug Snacks
for them.
Bug Snacks. Watch your mouth about Bug Snacks, sucker. Bug Snacks is gonna be the game of the year. Game of the year.
Listen, even though I haven't played Stadia, I hear that the technology is great. Right?
Yeah.
The technology
really.
Be great.
Who's been lying to you?
Somebody lied to you, brother.
I'm just saying, and I love new technologies, so it is something I would try once they get some software that entices me to try it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I do think, I mean, listen, man, it's 55 different sodas, pops out there, drinks, cola. Come on, you can get them. It's a whole bunch of different cable channels.
Yes.
No, it's a place for them here. Now, if it works, I don't know, but look, I give them a chance, man.
I gave you a lot of props earlier. I gave you a lot of props. Do you believe in Area 51?
Oh shit!
Oh shit! Yeah, asshole. I do believe in Area 51.
Son, come on.
I do believe in Area. Griggity, hold on. I do believe in Area 51.
What you don't believe there's aliens there?
I don't know. We don't know what the hell they got in Area 51. Look, when those people said that they were going to invade Area 51, what happened? What happened?
They damn near got killed.
Right. Obviously, there's some shit there that ain't supposed to be there.
But hold on.
It might be the making of Stadia.
Hey, Mega, let's be real here. You attack any military base, you damn near gonna be killed.
I get that, but they said they were gonna bum rush, bro. And they said, look, maybe the alien is Stadia. Maybe that's what they were bait. That was their baby right there. You never know. Griggity, finish up before I go to Lemon last.
I just want to ask Lemon one question, just one simple question. In 2000 or 2001, how many people would say Microsoft doesn't need to be in this industry, or they shouldn't be in this industry, or there's no room for them in this industry? Because it was Sega,
so
it was Sony.
I'm going to back it up. I'm going to back that up. I got the answer. You ain't even got to finish.
That's all I'm saying. Give them a chance.
You ain't got to finish.
Okay,
Microsoft has been hated since Windows 98.
Right?
It's a clean narrative to hate.
They were hated before DOS, back when they were selling basics.
Facts.
Hey,
but listen. Windows 8.1 was the jump off. They was the first company to make the tablets with the Windows on it. The Zune had the live tiles, which was better than Apple, Apple haven't improved in 8 years. Microsoft being hated didn't come from video games. Microsoft being hated because they was number one. It's easy to hate the genius. Michael Jordan was hated the first three-peat. LeBron hated right now, but let LeBron die and watch the narrative change. God forbid. But let's be real here. Microsoft is hated because they changed the narrative. We don't want to make computers. We want to make the things that control every computer on the planet. They're not going to lose. So they've been hated before the video game narrative. Now they get in the video games. Oh, they not wanted here. First system, 5.1 gaming. The president of Sony. If they bring out a game that has 5.1 surround sound, I'll eat my underwears. I'm still waiting for him to put that A1 steak
Oh,
sauce on them
you
drawers.
talking about Gore?
Yes.
Oh Lord.
But if you want to be real here, they've been hated before consoles.
But he was right
now
about climate change.
They winning. They winning. They got the least console. They got the third least consoles this generation and making the most money. They not that hated. They got a business model that works. So we can't go by the narrative from idiots. We got to go from the narrative that shows quarterly sales. Profits.
All right. So I already can see right now.
Okay.
Because you kind of veered away because you want to go into where you want to go to.
No. I'm not going. I'm stopping.
No,
but he asked me.
Well, no,
he asked me a question. So I just brought up certain things that all comes full circle. Microsoft is truly not hated.
I get
obviously.
it. I get it. The hypeness is here. That's why I wanted you to be last because I want you to take us home before we get to our next segment of this point. So, Lemon, from the Game Pass situation, and Destiny, because there was a lot of people that was really shitting on the aspect of that Game Pass is just not for gamers. It's actually pro company, and that that really what Game Pass is all about is taking away gamers' rights. So, and I know that I haven't put that in depth with everybody else. So once Lemon is done, if anybody want to include their opinion on top of that, that's fine. But I mean, they were adamant, and there's people that I like, that I listen to, that I support, that really was going in on this whole Destiny thing, and on top of just Game Pass overall, and saying how it's destroying the essence of gaming. Do you believe in any of that because of what's going on with the partnership with Bungie and Xbox? Oh, and just with Game Pass since it's been introduced.
Okay, facts. Was I on K-Mega? This is a straight question for you. Was I on Game Pass day one?
No.
What did I say? Oh, I buy everything.
You did?
I don't need Game Pass. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, as a parent, you buy Xbox. Just say you buy Xbox Series S. You get Game Pass. How many games you got to buy? Financially.
Oh.
Are you saving?
I mean, I am.
Okay. Now that they revamped Game Pass and now we got Ultimate, have you been disappointed?
No.
Ultimate versions of the games.
Absolutely.
All the content.
Not. Absolutely not.
For 14. We all paying for Netflix in this room, right? We all play for Hulu, Disney Plus, and ESPN Plus, right?
Well,
but it's for gaming.
because I do got the Ultimate from Disney.
Yes. Yeah, I got the Ultimate, but it's still Netflix for gaming.
Yes.
So a parent, let's go forget gamers. That's hardcore. Let's go with the parent perspective. You buy Xbox One S, not a Series X, not an Xbox One X, not the high end level. You just buy a regular Xbox. You get in the Game Pass. Hundreds of games to download, play as you will, financially safe, right? Now, still I'm telling K-Mega, oh, no. I'm not doing that. I buy special editions. That don't stop me from doing that. I'm a day one purchaser. I'm a big Microsoft first party title purchaser, just like I'm a big PlayStation first party purchaser. But now, I look at the Xbox One X. We got 22 games, all in Game Pass. Guess what I gotta buy for Series X? Valhalla. What else? Nothing. Do you save? Facts. Now you spend $128. Whereas 2 games at $65 is $135 with the tax, right? So what you pay for 2 games in a year, you're getting hundreds of games on a subscription. What's the problem?
Oh, there's a lot of people that think
anybody, financially, please talk to me.
Bro, okay, answer the question. Did anybody have a comeback on that? Like, is it really? I mean, and people in the chat on both ends, is there anybody out there that thinks that there is an economic or even any type of disadvantage with Game Pass? Please let me know. I need to know this.
Well,
go ahead.
Here's what I'm gonna say. I don't have one. I do not have one. What I do have is simple logic, and here it is.
All right.
What game publisher would be down with Game Pass if it wasn't making them money? That's all you have to realize. Once you realize that, it's a wrap. All this other talk is irrelevant.
And let me say this for the record. Game Pass originally was not for the public. Facts. It was to get developers whose games wasn't being purchased and seen by the average consumer because they didn't want to take a chance on a game. So now developers like, oh, I got this skateboarding game with a bunch of birds and I don't know if people gonna buy it. So let's put it in Game Pass. It don't stay in Game Pass all year. It has maybe like a 6-month span. But guess what? After you play that game, you say, oh, I like this game. And then it leaves Game Pass. Not only do you buy it at a discount. But that's putting eyes on games that most people won't take chances with. That was the point of Game Pass. Now Game Pass has surpassed the developer situation, and now it's a consumer benefit and a developer benefit. So now, yeah, I may not have played let's say Yakuza 0, right? But now that's in Game Pass, it's not staying in there. Nothing is permanent. Only thing permanent is first party. So now these third party get eyes on games that people wouldn't take the chance on purchasing. Now they're saying, oh, this game dope. So now when they go out of Game Pass, you get it at a discount. I'm going to purchase that. It's a win-win. It's a win for the consumer now, and it's a win for the developer. Because not only did you enjoy the game, I want to beat that game. Now I got to buy it. But I'm not spending $65. I'm paying $30 for it. It's a win-win. So any parent or anybody like myself I buy everything first party. I buy everything for both systems. And I buy collector's editions, $300-$400. Y'all see me unbox things on my channel. Y'all know what I do. But for Gears 5, yeah, I unboxed the system. I did all that. But guess what? I took the game back to the store, got my $60 back. But guess what? I ain't lose nothing because Ultimate gave me all the DLC, all the perks, all the cards. How do you lose by saving money? How? If anybody don't look at saving money as a benefit, if you a real gamer and you buy a lot of games, 22 games was showed yesterday. 22 games is in Game Pass. How do you lose? Please tell me, because I know with everybody in this party chat, ain't nobody in here buying 22 games, not even me.
Listen here, you goddamn bot. You lose because you don't own those games. They're only in there for as long as they want to be. You don't own
them. Talk about it. I said first party.
Talk about it.
Games first party.
Tell him. Give us a rebuttal.
Give us a rebuttal. We sold those games. I want to buy them for the 5th time on the 7th console.
You know what? You're right. You're
Talk
right,
to
bro.
Him. Talk to him.
You're right. I agree with you.
Talk to him, bloody.
But guess what?
Give us a
Infinite,
rebuttal.
Forza, Everwilds, Fable. You want me to keep going?
Game Pass fodder. That
Game Pass sucker.
You getting filler. That's what you get.
Benefit in itself. So anybody that talk about
trash.
Woo!
Yo, listen. I text out.
Filler, Lemon, you're getting filler. You're not getting real. They're trying to take away your rights, Lemon. Well, you're trying to take your rights. Explain to us why is it that other people think that they're taking away? You don't own nothing.
But you know what?
Owns
They ain't trying to take away my money because they still gonna get that same $129 a year.
Talk to them.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk
so
about it.
Any parent out there, like I said, my daughter told me she got a PlayStation. She wanted an Xbox first. She said, "My friend's on PlayStation." I said, "All right."
Let's talk about these movies. Let's talk about Netflix movies. Do they have that same?
You don't own that. You don't own that.
Do they have that same aspect with movies? My wife just walked into the door and she seen me about to be animated.
At least with Netflix, we getting that greatness.
No.
At least they giving us that good content.
Yeah, whatever. You don't own it. You ain't getting that uncompressed 5.1, that HDR or Dolby Vision uncompressed. You getting a compressed situation, and you don't own it. So if you got the same narrative for movies, because I collect movies, I got over 15, maybe 1,600 movies. I collect movies. Listen, Netflix is great. I love it. But if a movie's about that work, I want to own it. Just like a game, I want to own it. And for anybody that don't look at it as a parent, forget being your own gamer. As a parent, you buy a system, you're like, damn, my kid got 100 options. I ain't got to buy no goddamn games for Christmas.
Right.
That's what I'm talking about. So if you say Game Pass is a fail, or you're mad. You're mad.
You know what else?
Because all this first party work that I saw, I said, damn. Then it was like everything was Game Pass. I told K Mega before we came live, I said I knew we was getting 22 games and they were always in Game Pass. I said I kept my mouth shut because when you get that plug, you got to be chill. I was chilling. But technically, you can't beat that. We've never had nothing like that. Listen, NVIDIA, I have an NVIDIA Shield Portable, right? They come out with their NVIDIA service. And it was amazing. It ran good, 1080p, 60 frame games, and on PC style graphics. But guess what? You spending $35 a month. $35. We talking about $15.99 or $10 ultimate and Game Pass, and you getting everything day one.
Hey, can I say something quick?
Say one thing.
Man, I'm done.
I don't want to interrupt.
No. Interrupt his ass.
No, interrupt.
He's on his bloody tonight. Go ahead and interrupt him.
I just want to say that gameplay is gangster in the background. That gameplay.
Oh, that gameplay is ass. It ain't nothing.
Get
out of here because you worried about your gameplay. We got people out here want to hear about gaming news. You want to talk about your gameplay?
Interrupting everybody.
Hurry up and get your channel up so you can do something, sucker.
I really wanted to point that out because
hey man, much love. That's my boy PK, man. He's representing Nintendo. He's actually, the more I see the more and more of this game, the more I'm intrigued and wanting to get a Switch for my wife, so I can whoop somebody's ass and learn how to play.
Nope,
Smash
you about to rage quit. You gonna rage quit. Stop playing with my
phone. No, you're crazy, sucker. I learn quickly.
Here's the thing that people.
You know what? Don't laugh at me, PK. Right?
You know what?
Go ahead, bloody.
You brought up an amazing point that all the games that they showed, that being day and date or coming to Game Pass as well is a great thing, because guess what? Not only can you still go out and buy those games, and you have a large variety of amazing different genres of games to choose from. They're coming to Game Pass, so guess what? You can get them free with your subscription. But guess what? People still fail to remember and acknowledge the fact that if you love that game and you want to keep it, guess what? You get a discount on that game.
Yeah,
facts. Game Pass. People need to realize that you can still get it.
Big shout out to
a big one.
Big shout out to
and not just the game itself. You also get a discount on the DLC.
Thank you, Z Whipple 100. Thank you, Z Whipple 100, for the follow on Twitch. Thank you guys. And Sir X Man, I did not forget you. I was just waiting for Bloody to shut up.
I forgot that dude, Sir X Woman. Yeah, definitely.
Whoa, you know what? He was talking. He was talking real good about you.
I know. I'm just teasing him.
He was talking real good about you.
That's my favorite senior citizen. That's my guy.
Hey man, that bro was talking real good about you on an Xbox show last night when we were talking. They were talking about golf, and they were talking about how
everybody should, because I keep it real.
Well, they were saying, no, sucker.
I'm not just a gamer. I'm a parent like the rest of us.
No. They stepped out of their bounds and said that you would whoop me in golf because I've never played any of these golf games.
Oh, I don't know about all that.
Since Hot Shot 2.
You know why he would beat you in golf? Is because he on that Tiger Woods level. That's why.
Oh, okay. All right, here we go. Okay, Sir X Man, thank you so much. And so he says, this is for the call save team. This is for the call save team lock. For real though. And no
Lock
battle
in.
royale, for Halo. Let Halo stay the same with
Yeah, Halo don't need
updated
battle
everything.
royale.
And then also my boy Sir X-Man came in here and he says, remember, Xbox have Netflix first. Facts, right? No doubt,
Yeah,
no doubt.
facts.
Yeah,
When
that's
So
everybody
true.
thought it was a joke.
so
Facts.
so so this is what we're gonna do because I mean I already know because we only just talked about just one game. So
Yeah,
I
but
will
we had
talk.
10, we had
We,
9:47 your time. We
yeah,
good.
yeah. So we'll talk about the other games later. So, because what I'm going to do is going to just ask everybody what was their favorite and what was their least favorite afterwards. But now let's just get into it. Let's just get into it.
Oh,
Let's just get right into it because I said I was going to wait a little while so everybody starts coming in.
nah, let's get it done. Let's
Let's
get it
talk
done,
about
son.
let's talk about it. Let's talk about Halo right now. Let's talk about Halo. And so right now, Dirt Giggity, I'm going to come to you second, but I'm going to go to my boy Livewire first. Um, Now we seen Halo. We seen the X. We seen the event. I want to know what was your initial thoughts. Cause and let me know also how many times did you watch the show? Because I think that also kind of goes into um a lot of people's perception about what they thought about Halo. But
I thought a lot.
you said you watched it a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. So, but what I want you, what I want to know, right? So, what you seen from the very first show to for the other times that you also seen it? What was your initial thoughts about the show, and what did you think about? Well, not the show, but for Halo, the demo, and give me the good, the bad, the ugly. I want to know it all. I don't want you to hold back on anything because I don't want anybody to come into the chat later on and say, "Oh, y'all trying to make this Xbox centric." I want you to, you know what I'm saying? And if nobody says anything negative, then they don't say anything negative. But I want to hear the good, the positive, the everything about what you thought about the Halo presentation when you first seen it, and then after the other couple of times that you've seen it.
All right. So I say overall the presentation was good.
Mm-hmm.
I like the gameplay. I enjoyed a lot. I like the abilities with the grappling hook. I like the fact that they didn't get rid of the sprint button, and we still have some form of a dash. It might be a dash slash slide. I'm not sure, but we have some form of that. That's good. I like the fact that we're able to use the grappling hook to do things other than just grappling to one area. Like you could, attack people with it, or you can, grab things and then throw things at people. I don't know if you can just pick up things without it, because they didn't really. I don't know. Maybe not. I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm.
But so I do like that aspect. I like the weapons, the dope. Obviously, the sound is great. Um, I like that they have something in here talking about upgrades. We don't know what those are yet, but
Okay.
that you get some kind of upgrades. I like the fact that when you shoot enemies now, the armor comes off, similar to like the Division, or I don't know if that happens in Destiny, but I know in Division like you can knock armor off. So because he was shooting the dude's shoulders, helmet, and leg armor off. I like the fact that you have the reactive physics where you can shoot a dude in his legs while he's running at you, stumble, uh, or just the physics in general. Because when he hit him with that shotgun, my man head flew back and his heels went up. Um, I like, you know, obviously the 60 frames per second. The colors, um, I'm trying to think. Is that? I mean, Chief looks good. And I can't really think of anything else right there. So but those are the things that I like that I can just think of off the top of my head. My only issues were the game didn't look polished. That's the only issue I had. Right? You had certain textures that weren't fully in yet. Um and and then you had like certain characters that like some of the characters you fought had better textures than the guy that you saw at the end, which
Mm-hmm.
is odd because my thing is I played mad Halo games, especially most recent ones 4 and 5, and I'm like they don't necessarily always have the best textures. because they're older games. But from playing those games, especially what those enemies look like, especially in game, I know that they'll look more polished than that. So that's what I'm looking at. I'm like, I don't think this is like fully done. You know what I mean? And obviously it's an early build, and they come out and say it after the fact. But yeah, what I could tell is that that was my only thing is like it's not polished. Oh, another thing I forgot. I like the open world shit. That shit is hot.
Okay. Now there was some people that was actually saying Livewire that this game was not going to be open world. So can you elaborate more about what you know about if this game is going to be open world or not?
So yeah, so if you look at that whole area that they showed us,
yeah,
that little chunk of land that we were on, that's the demo. That little area is basically like it's not open world in the sense of like as far as I've seen, like as far as Grand Theft Auto or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's kind of separated into sandboxes, so you get like big ass sandbox. Like so, that whole demo is just one area. But if you look, there's multiple areas like it, some bigger, some smaller, on both sides, and it basically, from what I can see, it looks like it'll be the whole ring. Now, how much of the ring that they'll let you like go up in as far as that, I don't know. But from what it looked like, it was a substantial amount of areas that you can go into. So that's pretty cool.
No doubt, no doubt. Now, is there anything else that you want to address? Like, I mean, what? Okay, so I know you brought up the point of that it looked like it was an older that it was an older model.
Yeah, it just didn't look like it had the texture.
Yeah,
Like
it didn't have
like
the
if
texture
you
models or whatever.
yeah, like if you play on PC.
Yeah.
And I'm still kind of a PC baby, but I just know that like when I have on low settings, it it would look like kind of how that character, how the lead at the end look. You know what I mean? Like he'll look more like that because the thing is, it's a cutscene, not actual gameplay. You know what I mean? So, but it's obviously it's in game, but it's just like I know that he could look better than that because, bro, we have cutscenes in Halo 5, not the blur cinematics. I'm talking about the in-game cutscenes with Locke and Buck. Them shits look better than that, and those were from in-game assets. So I'm just saying, like I know that the textures weren't in there. And you could tell for the simple fact that if anybody's like, well, no, that's not true, then look at the fucking, I don't know what's the pilot's name. I don't know what his name, but his textures were way better. And Chief. So there's no fucking way somebody can tell me that dude's textures were in there. When I seen Chief's textures and I seen the pilot's textures, they look better. Like somebody, like you'd be lying. So obviously they didn't get a chance to get to it. For whatever reason, obviously we're dealing with the bullshit that we're dealing with. And maybe they were just like, well, fuck. Like I was talking to 100 yesterday about this, and I said maybe this was the sacrifice they took. They were like, are we going to finish the game or are we going to polish the demo? Which one we doing?
Got to finish the game.
You know what? That is a fantastic point. This is why Livewire is on GRG, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but hold on, Aaron Greenberg said that.
Well, no. But hold on. Let's give Livewire.
And he's on it. He's on to something.
Let's give Livewire some props on this, right?
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? You know, Aaron Greenberg came later. Livewire Aaron Greenberg came later after everybody else was already scrutinizing, and then he said what he said. But Livewire made a fantastic point, and I want you to elaborate it on a little bit more, brother, because you elaborate it. Go ahead.
Yeah, because the thing is with the demo. All right, so we know that Microsoft has a choice, right?
Yeah.
They could have taken this demo and prettied it up and put ray tracing and blah, right? But the problem would be is, would them prettying up a demo be reflective of the final product? Microsoft is not trying to have a Ghost of Tsushima type situation, especially not when it comes to the Xbox Series X. They're not going to try to put out a product saying that this is what you're going to get, and then it look worse when you get it home.
You're going to have to explain more about that, about Ghost of Tsushima, because right now, because that's the hottest PlayStation game right now, even over
Oh yeah, it
what was supposed to be the greatest PlayStation game, which was The Last of Us 2. But we'll get back to that later. But go ahead and finish up live, because I
Hold
mean,
on.
yeah,
Let me say something for the record.
yeah.
I gotta, I gotta interrupt.
Interject. Go ahead.
No,
Go ahead.
I'm not interjecting on that. Son, I gotta go. Something happened to my with the floors being done in my club. I gotta go.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, I just want to, I gotta give a respect to the podcast. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
But let me run out the door and go see what the hell's going on with my
Okay,
floors.
where can they find you at, Lemon?
108 Dragons TV on everything, man. Shout out to everybody in the podcast. Yo, Dirt, man, we got a link up later. PK, Bloody, you already know how it is. Live Wire. Congratulations for being on time and sick. You know you're my brother, and so is K Mega. Let me go, man. I gotta make a move. I got a call.
All right, peace, brother.
All right,
yes,
man.
sir. Love
Peace.
y'all.
All right,
bro.
All right, okay. So go finish up live. What
yeah,
the point
but
that was
like,
making.
but one of the main things is we've seen this whole thing with Microsoft before. Like this isn't the first time we got a demo and people said, "Oh my God, I'm so worried about this game." Remember Gears?
Yes.
Gears 4, and this is the funny thing. They said the same shit about Gears 4. Matter of fact, they said the same thing about Halo 5. We forgetting about that shit. That was where it started. They were like Halo 5. Oh, I don't know, man. This looks like Halo 4 all over again. Remember, because they gave us the demo, and they were like, "Oh, I don't know, this beta, I don't know." And it's like, bro, we seen that with Halo 5. The game looked better when it came out. We seen the same thing with Gears 4. The game looked better when it came out. We see the same thing with Gears 5, and we already knew that the game looked better when we had the same situation with Gears 4. But people still act like that didn't previously happen. And then when we got Gears 5, the game still looked better when it came. I'm just like, it's always like a reoccurring cycle, because the thing is, Microsoft does not show shit that doesn't look like how the game's going to come out when it releases. It won't do it. PlayStation will do it, but guess what? They can get away with that shit because people will defend it. Microsoft, nobody's going to defend that shit. The media not. And if an Xbox game comes out and it's downgraded, my God. You don't got to worry about Digital Foundry. That's the least of your worries. You know what I mean? Like, so it is what it is, and they know that. So therefore, they might have took a calculated risk and be like, "Look, this is what we're dealing with." I mean, my thing is, maybe they just felt like, saying that, this is, early build and all that stuff. I don't know. Maybe they felt, people would just look at it as an excuse anyway, so they just said, "Fuck it." I don't know. Maybe that's the case. I mean, but I sat back and I looked at that and I was like, well, people always coming up here and was like, well, Ratchet and Clank and Spider-Man, and I'm thinking about that was a gameplay, edited gameplay. Spider-Man, Ratchet and Clank was edited gameplay. You know what I mean? The Horizon Zero Dawn was like a trailer; it wasn't really gameplay. So there was no demo.
The Miles Morales was just a trailer.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah.
It was gameplay.
The only thing that had any gameplay, which was still a CGI edited gameplay, like
Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah, it was Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah.
And I was like, the gameplay will be similar to that because of the fact that that's the gameplay of how it was in the reboot. I was like, but it wasn't actual gameplay. It was still just an edited segment to be part of a CGI trailer.
Yeah, but you also there's that. There's the fact that Miles Morales is just built off of the same engine they already have. This isn't new. Same thing with Horizon Zero Dawn. That's not a new engine. They're just building off something they already have. The Slip Space engine is something new. So again, if they're not done polishing it, it is what it is. They don't already have assets. Because to be honest, Horizon Zero Dawn is just a better res version of what it is. Yes, the lighting's better and stuff like that, but all in all, it's the same game. They didn't reinvent the wheel with it. So, you're just looking at two different things. So comparing a demo to some like a trailer is not quite apples to apples. I'm just saying. But people will act like it, but it's not.
Yeah.
No, I totally agree. So let me go to Dirt before I go to Bloody afterwards. So let me get your thoughts about Halo. Like, I mean, I know that there's been all different types of opinions and narratives that's been spun. I'm not going to go into all of them because it's been so many, right? But
Right.
I want to get it all. I don't want you to hold back on any of it because it's your time. Let me know what you think about the whole overall aspect of what you've seen first, maybe what you've seen later, and then what everything else that was brought up in between that kind of that kind of brought you into this perspective of where you're at right now about what we've seen with Halo Infinite on through this showcase.
Well, my initial impressions, just watching it on the 1080p 60 stream was, it looks okay. Not great. It looks okay. I thought the cutscene looked decent. Not as good as the first, was it like that first in-engine footage from 2018 E3? It didn't look as good as that, but I thought it looked okay. Chief looked pretty cool. So when they started the actual gameplay, I said, well, it looks like Halo. It didn't blow me away. I thought it looked okay. Now the gameplay looked phenomenal. It ran smooth. I thought it looked good. But like Livewire said, excuse me, it was missing some polish. I was like, doesn't seem that polished, but at the same time, it is a demo of a game that's supposed to come out in a few months. So I was like, I would thought it would have been a little bit further along than that. But like I said, it didn't amaze me. But then when I went back to watch it, I watched the show in its entirety 3 times. The last 2 times was in 4K. And I was like, okay, damn, it looked better instantly once I watched it in 4K. But I guess the way the Xbox kind of hyped it up so much, I was kind of like, yeah, it looks good, but it doesn't look amazing. And then I thought about it. I said, Halo's never been like a graphical juggernaut, not making excuses, but I thought the game, okay, I'm going to say this.
Just say it. Go ahead.
Because
Dirt, talk. That's what I want.
I think because it might have been underwhelming to some people.
Yes.
That's the reason why people bash the show. Because if you notice, nobody is talking about any other game that Xbox showed. They're talking about Halo.
Craig, absolutely fantastic point.
And Craig, they're not talking about Fable. They're not talking about any other games. They're talking about Halo.
They're trashing Fable. They are definitely trashing Fable.
We'll have to get to you on Fable, Bloody. Matter of fact, when we talk about Fable, I'll go to you first because I got to hear this bullshit.
Yeah, because I haven't seen that. I haven't seen anybody say anything. I
haven't seen that either. I gotta say, I haven't
seen that. But Bloody, that's why I'll go to you first on that. But go ahead, finish up, Dirt.
I would say all I've seen is Halo hate, and at the end of the day, did it blow me away? Like I said, no. Was it underwhelming? I wouldn't say it was underwhelming, but it wasn't as good as I thought it was going to look. But the gameplay looked amazing, which is like the grappling hook looked great. Like Livewire said, when he shot my man in the kneecap and he stumbled, that was great. And I just thought that the guy from The Banished, I don't know his name, I thought he looked good. Like a lot of people said he looked terrible. I thought he looked pretty good. The voice acting was on point. I thought he looked pretty good.
The facial animations and like
Efferon or whatever his name is. Yeah.
I thought he looked pretty good.
Okay, so now, so the point of when you saying that it doesn't, what was the things that set you back to say like, damn, you know what, I was expecting better. What was those factors that got you to that point?
It was all visuals because it didn't look bad at all. But I heard some people say that Halo Infinite would look better than anything at Sony's show. It would look next gen. It did look next gen. It looked like current gen, to be honest with you.
Okay.
Even when I watched it in 4K, it kind of looked like an Xbox One X game. You know what I'm saying? It looked, better, obviously, but it didn't it didn't scream next gen like I heard it was going to. So that's why I think a lot of people was kind of like, And then, the whole thing with Craig. Craig
is the man right now. Yeah, go ahead.
Craig, the whole thing with Craig. So, but then I watched it again, and it got better every time. But yeah, I thought it looked good, but I think it set the tone for the show. How some people said the show wasn't good, which I don't agree with. But I think because Halo Infinite didn't blow people away, that set the tone for the show for some people.
Okay. All right. So I want to stay on this narrative because I think that this is the main factor. I'm going to get everybody's perspective at the end of the show on what was their favorite thing that they liked from the Xbox event and what they didn't like. But Halo was the thing because Halo is that game. Regardless of how many people try to speculate that Halo is just not big enough, Halo has brought in more interest than any PlayStation game that we've seen. Facts, bad or good publicity, but regardless, Halo that just comes to the point to where I just wanted to say before I go to before I ask the panel, stop talking about Halo is dead because you sound like fools.
Sound like an idiot.
You sound like a fool. You sound like an absolute fool. Halo, this is what I've been saying from the very get. I've said this when Halo 5 was out there, when people was speculating that Halo 5 only sold 3 million copies, right? And I see my boy Op, he found, hey man, you did all them seams for those models out there, man. You doing the work, and you come in here. But I'm not.
Man, money is money,
bro. I'm not mad at you about that. So anyway, I'll get to you in a second. But I just want to say, because I want to hear everybody's perspective on it. But I just wanted to say this on my end is that you better pay homage to what Halo is. Halo is bigger than any PlayStation game. I know that there's a lot of stands out there that don't want to believe it, that don't want to talk about it, that don't want to say it. But what are you talking about when it comes to everything else that Xbox presented? You're talking about the mighty Halo. Halo is a Rushmore legacy title. I give God of War that same legacy title because God of War is better than anything PlayStation, anything else. I don't care what anybody say on my end. I've been a PlayStation fan, and I've been a PlayStation owner since day one. For some of these stands that comes out here that's just jumped on PlayStation 3 or PlayStation 4, and they talk about, oh, I know PlayStation more than you. Shut your mouth. You don't know shit, sucker. This is the fact. I've been playing PlayStation well before you. And I know this, God of War should have been that catalyst and the main protagonist and the face of PlayStation more than Nathan Drake. That goes into my BLM factor, just like I do with Team Osiris and Locke. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, look, I love Chief, but it's time for us to start moving around. You know what I'm saying? You better not kill off Team Osiris, because if you do, then there's going to be a problem with me on Halo. I've always kept this adamant, and I will always keep this standard, and I will always stand firm on that. So the whole point on this is that, look, Kratos is the man. Now, he got his son. We already know what they're going to do. Corey Barlog has done a fantastic job. I was scared, but look, I'm a believer now in what they're going to do with God of War. God of War should have always been the face of PlayStation, not Nathan Drake. Nathan Drake is nothing but a sidekick, bitch-ass Tomb Raider. That's just the facts. Nathan Drake ain't nothing. You know, Lara Croft she's that girl. Nathan Drake is her sidekick, in my opinion. But Kratos is where I put up there with the Master Chief. That's it. So anything else other than that, when anybody else, any of them stands want to talk that talk and try to say that other crazy stuff, I think they're ignorant. And they don't know what this shit about it was saying. But go ahead, Griggity. What you gonna say?
Hey, let me just say this one quick thing about what you just said about Halo being the biggest franchise, one of the biggest franchise, bigger than any Sony franchise.
Yes.
Every Halloween, right? You know, we give out candy in my little subdivision and everything, and there's 3 video game characters I see every year consistently. Mario, Luigi, and Master Chief.
Facts.
Don't forget, you see a lot of Sonic too.
Every year.
Let that man talk. Let that man talk. He's a guest. Shut up.
No one gives a damn about Sega right now.
I know.
Sonic is still up there. Don't disrespect.
I'm saying what I see. I don't see no damn Sonic.
He said you don't see nobody.
Mario, Luigi, and Master Chief. Those are the three that I see.
Yes.
All the time. And these are kids, so they don't really they don't really rock out with Halo probably like that. Or these are kids, like 5, 6, 7-year-old kids. But I see these Master Chiefs. I've seen multiple Master Chiefs. I've seen, like Luigi, Mario. I've never seen any other video game character within the last 5 years in my subdivision. That shows you that Halo is still popular. Even when I go to Kmart and you see the the little costumes. You don't see no Kratos costume. Or no Nathan Drake's costume. You know what I'm saying? You see Master Chief.
Yeah, that's the thing to me that's what I'm talking about. I'm not asking people to replace Locke and Team Osiris with Blue Team and Master Chief. I'm just saying acknowledge them as being part of that lore. If people can take and accept what Cory Balrog and them did with God of War.
Hold on a second, real quick. If you saw someone cosplaying as Nathan Drake, Joel, Ellie, or one of them from PlayStation IPs, would you really notice them before they told you?
No.
But let's be honest, they were some basic ass clothes right now. You would think some poor man's cosplay of them.
No, you're right. Fantastic. Fantastic
They'll
point.
be dressed as lesbians. You'd be like, those lesbians.
Shit. Fantastic point. That's the point that I'm trying to make. Is that look?
They're basic as fuck.
They're very basic.
You would recognize Kratos immediately.
Right.
Before you would even recognize.
Over there. Joel,
you would recognize Nathan Drake. You would look like some dude who just wants to try and look like he's like a damn hipster with that damn scarf that he's got all the time.
Right. No, you're absolutely right. That's the whole point I'm just trying to say. You don't have to replace Master Chief, but you have to replace everything within the storyline, and that's what I hope that Halo is doing. But other than that, I will get into my main point once everybody else gets done with it. But
I mean, you know what? I'm gonna go
to you. I'm gonna go to you next.
No, I just want to say this because they're talking how you wouldn't recognize Ellie and Joel and all of them, right?
Yeah.
I was like, what's worse is that you would recognize Aloy easier than you would recognize the others.
Disrespect.
You would recognize Aloy easier than the others.
You might recognize Abby.
Who's the others?
You'll recognize Abby more than you recognize everybody else.
I mean, that would just look like
wait, hold on.
You know what? That's
And
true.
up until recently, both of them were
No. Everybody talked about Abby. Everybody talked about Abby. Everybody talked about Abby on.
Hold on, wait. Y'all, hold on, wait.
Everybody talked about
Abby.
Abby.
Too far now.
Okay. Dirt. Explain yourself, please, and then
y'all saying that y'all would recognize Aloy and Abby like before Nathan Drake?
Yes.
Aloy, yes.
I agree. I agree with that because Aloy, Aloy already got some establishment, but Abby got, even though it was a lot of negative hate, but Abby got notoriety than Nathan Drake, in my opinion. I agree with that.
Uncharted movie, man. Tom Holland, they about to do
They are, but I'm telling you, people do more. People are talking about more about Abby than they are about Nathan Drake.
I think everybody's
Wait a minute. Why are we not talking about Xbox? Why are we still talking about PlayStation?
Well, because this is the point. We knew we was going to go a little left, but go ahead, go ahead, Dirt.
Breaking the rules.
Abby,
we
come
talk about Paper Mario.
Thank you, PK, because they not listening to me.
The rules is broken sometimes.
Growth hormones and stuff.
Okay,
man, Abby,
right.
Come on now.
Okay,
all
right.
Y'all saying Abby though? Mega Abby, bro.
Yeah, I'm saying Abby. I'm saying Abby because Abby got so much hate.
Oh my God! They said Abby's
so
a thug.
much
Abby's
hate.
the new Debo.
What?
Come on.
What'd you say?
Abby's a thug. Abby is the new Debo.
Abby is a thug. She is a Debo, bro. Like she is the cat. Listen. For people out there
Yo, them black sunglasses need to just float down in front of her face.
Yeah, man. All she gotta do is wear a Thug Life shirt and then come out there and then she good at it. Man, listen, Abby is that girl. Nathan Drake is I mean, yes, we know that Uncharted is a popular game, but Last of Us 2 surpassed that game just off of the fact of the first game, and because so many people were indecisive between The Last of Us 2, but they talked about Abby more than they did about Nathan Drake. I mean, if you want to debate me on this, that's fine, Dirt. But tell me, let me know how I'm wrong on this. Let me know.
Sackboy is more known than Abby, bro. Sackboy, with people ready to Sackboy before Abby.
Abby is man. Everybody they were posting like they're doing about Craig. They're posting shit about Abby.
Hold on.
Abby is way more popular than Nathan Drake right now.
Hold on. Excuse me.
Go ahead.
How many games has Abby been in? One, right?
One, and she's way more popular.
One.
Our community, Mega. Our community was posting these, not the world.
No, there was a lot of PlayStation fans and a lot of people that didn't like PlayStation.
The world was posting, swole as the goal for Abby. That's what she was doing. That's why I would say she global now.
She global. Abby is global.
Come on, man.
If you want to know what the goal is when you get sold, you look at Abby and be like, damn, she lives.
Okay, Greedy. This is the thing right here that's going to probably maybe change your mind.
It's the Craig and Debo podcast. Let's go.
I know. Hold on. This is the thing right here. No, I just want to make this point. This is when I knew that this shit got bigger than what I thought it was. Because PlayStation fans were not used to this type of scrutiny because they always was throwing that shade at Xbox. But once it came over to PlayStation for the very first time, a lot of PlayStation fans, they stayed quiet, and then a lot of them went on damage control, and they were just trying to say, look. And so I seen my boy Porter Rock, right? You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Porter Rock, right? He showed the actress that played Abby. Which is she's built, she's a nice looking woman, whatever. But the fact of it is that he was like, everybody wants to hate and think that she's some fictional character, but she's real. And so they took the character of her, which was some blonde chick, and then they animated her, and then they put it in her, and then everybody else started following suit, trying to defend Abby. Griggity, I swear to God, bro, go look at Porter Rock's post, and you'll see it. Go look at other PlayStation Pro, Jabari, all these cats out there. They're going crazy.
You're talking about our community. I thought we was talking about as a whole.
Oh no, no. I was talking about.
Is that how is it that they'll
how the Xbox community.
Why can't Xbox defend Xbox? Why do we?
Well, I know. I wasn't trying to go that far into it. I don't have a problem with Abby. So let me just make that point. I don't care about.
I'm confused.
Abby.
What are we talking about?
Well, it just went left. We were talking about Halo, but again, it turned. I knew it. Once Halo came into the picture, somebody was going to veer, and then I was going to jump in and take it.
Listen, I just want to be done with Halo. All right, I was like, I'm not the Halo person.
Okay, that's fine. But you're not. But it was Griggity that was saying his point, and you jumped in, and so then we start talking about Abby and everything else. So Griggity, finish your point. Good guy. Go ahead.
What was on the way? I forget what that was.
Okay, I forgot to. Okay, so hold on. Let me read the super chat. Damn. Sir X-Man said, K Mega, let me in. Okay, bro. Hold on. Let me. I gotta find you.
My spot on this? He can have my spot on this.
No. Because we're gonna talk about Halo. So you're gonna stay here because you're here. So I want to go. Matter of fact, Bloody, I'm going to go to you next, and I'm going to get your perspective, your thought process on what you thought about the showing of Halo Infinite, the good, the bad, the ugly. What did you think? Was the scrutiny worth it? Was it warranted, or did you think that, of course, that it was a lot of stands? They took it to a next level. What was going on? What do you thought? What is your thoughts? And I'm gonna try to look for Sir X Man, try to bring him in.
See, here's the thing. Like, when I'm not a diehard Halo fan. I'm very casual with it, but I know enough of the lore. I've read more of the books than I play the games. Like, me and Op have kind of had our schedule off, so we've been slow to get through the games. But I know the story of Halo. And Halo has always had a very grandiose kind of approach when you look at space and the universe that it builds. And I thought the game was presented in a very, very well done light. They made it the first game. They made it the focal point. They've been talking about it. They've been absolutely advertising about it. They absolutely made it the biggest focus. And the gameplay that they showed off looked very, very good because of the fact that having played back the older games, Halo 1 and 2 is so slow. It is beyond slow. It is completely just god awful. And anyone who wants to go back to that just needs to punch themselves in the face. All right. I was playing it with Op, and I'm just like, people want this.
Say that again. You said it was
if you want Halo 1 gunplay and movement, punch yourself in the face.
Mm-hmm.
All right?
Yeah, in the face.
Like, I'm not in the face. Literally, I want you to look at the fist that you have, whichever's your dominant hand, look directly at it, and I want you to apply as much force directly to your face because you deserve face. Because the fact that I'm playing it and like the game is fun. You see in the Master Chief Collection how much they improved the visuals and we're working on it, but the gameplay just doesn't hold. The movement is so bad. Me and Op did a level where I believe it was in one of the cities right after you get to Earth in Halo 2, and you had to go through the whole level on the Warthog, right? And you're going down the beach and everything. We accidentally destroyed the Warthog. We had to run that entire level. We were running through that level for over an hour. You can speed walking. We were going on a very nice brisk walk through the city, and it was just awful to have to walk that entire level because that was built for the Warthog. But guess what? Since you can't run or anything, you're walking at half a step a second. And it was the most drawn out level because of the movement.
Let's roll back just a little bit now, because that level is specifically built for Warthog. Let's take it back to the regular size maps for regular engagements on foot. Even those running on foot is at a snail pace at this point because you can't progress any faster through the level at this point because you're locked at a base speed unless you get in a vehicle at this point. And like I understand for the times early 2000s, that makes sense. They're building towards the limitations they had at the time. But we're in fucking 2020 right now, bro. It's like jogging or like speed walking through a game is not going to work. Yes, you can increase the base speed of them at this point, but at this point, it's just why, dude? Why increase base speed? It feels weird at this point. Certain games it works, like in Doom, the base speed of the game is increased above I guess average games because it works for that franchise at this point. Halo, it just for me in the modern era, it doesn't work. It's in my opinion.
And look at, and you mentioned the Doom comparison. Doom, you already running and moving at a fast pace, but guess what? You have multiple forms of movement. You have the dashing. Then they later added the meat hook, which is basically a grappling hook. Guess what? Now we have a grappling hook in Halo. You already had the sprint. You had the shoulder charge. You had dashing. There's more. They've made Halo more vertical with a lot of the open maps as they expanded the games. The movement needs to evolve. It cannot be, guess what? You just briskly walk on a flat surface for the entirety of the game. That doesn't work in 2020 when you have games like Dying Light, where guess what? It's all about movement. It's about running. It's about climbing. You're having games that are more mobile. And that's what Halo has been doing and has gotten so much unnecessary flack because of the fact that they are trying to change. They are trying to evolve. They've added the jetpack. Guess what? That game is more open. There's so much more aspects of it. It was the same kind of hate that unfortunately Mass Effect Andromeda got as they tried to add a lot more verticality and make it more mobile. It was a more movement-based combat with Andromeda compared to the original Mass Effects. Yes, there's a whole other issue, but you look at how they try to change. I thought that the gameplay was very well done because of the fact that they showed off very unique weapons. They showed the more aspects of the gameplay by introducing a new mechanic with the grappling hook. Not only can you just climb on the environment and move around more, you can use it to pull yourself towards enemies, pull items to you to really change up how you do combat. And that is something very unique and very cool to keep changing the game. Yes, we can talk about the graphics. Yes, it wasn't absolutely the prettiest, but again, people look at it, and this fact is that we're still in the middle of a global crisis right now. We're in the middle of a pandemic. And as Livewire mentioned earlier, do they want to focus on finishing the game, or do they want to focus on making the demo? Because if they focus on finishing and just making the demo the prettiest thing ever, guess what? They're going to have to push everything else back. And you can say, yes, they have a big team. Why didn't they do both? Because of the fact that, guess what? The communication for a lot of how big that team is completely in a totally different aspect, because of the fact that everyone is working from home. It is not easy to communicate when you're in a massive office and say, hey, guess what? Go down the hall and go talk to so-and-so in this department and have the team working on that, or get an update from them when they're able to have meetings. You're having a lot more remote in access to certain assets that are having to take a lot longer to be shared across because everyone is completely separated. It is not quick access being on the same kind of network. Now, when the game launches later this year, then we can really scrutinize and look at the graphics. But guess what? Every time we've seen these, the games have always looked great. And the main aspects of the focal points, which was Pilot and Master Chief, the detail was very well done. You saw that those were the focus. So was the Pelican that they were flying in. Those, or whatever ship they were in, that was the focus of everything. Obviously, the general of the Banished, he was a focal point. Yeah, you may not have seen it when he was on the hologram, but when he came into actual being at the end of the demo, when he was doing his talk, you can see the wrinkles on his face as he made his facial animations. You can see the exact curvatures and details on his teeth being very sharpened, being very jagged, as well as being off-centered. They were not straight line like a normal human. Guess what? No, there were some that were in front and behind others and all over the place, because the fact that, guess what? They're completely different. I thought the details where it mattered the most were obviously the big focal points of making Chief look good, Pilot look good, obviously the leader of the Banished, but everything else was more focused on showing and demoing the gameplay more than the visuals. The fact of that, we now know that it's open world, is something that we've talked about for a long time and been wondering, and it looks good. It looks interesting. The fact that it's bigger than 4 and 5 is wonderful, because that means that there's going to be a very large amount of land to explore. And they stated that we're going to be able to go to multiple parts of the biomes within the ring, similar to what we've already done in the past, but now we're actually going to be able to travel there completely, right? We haven't seen the full breadth of what the slip space engine is capable of, besides what they just showed very lightly. We haven't even seen the full aspects of the physics engine that it's going to be done. We haven't even seen how much more they're going to be able to put in between lighting and particle effects, how much more it's going to affect just so much. We don't know what the slip space engine is going to encompass and what it's going to do. Everything was being built from the ground up, and we still don't know, because we have yet to see a full finalized, full realization version of Halo Infinite. We will when it launches later this year. When that comes, then you can really scrutinize and see if everything that they've done for this game. But I think what they were trying to really realize was focus on the gameplay and given an idea of what the game will do, what it will be able to achieve, and what it will what they will be able to realize with this game as a foundation going forward. That was what the demo was set to do. And I think that people are really not paying attention of what they were trying to achieve.
No, and that part I agree with 100% because I think that when you look at it from a perspective, and I see Circus Man is in the house, man. Thank you for coming on in with us. So that means that we're gonna have to make it more of a roundhouse table to where everybody can just say what they want to say, just jump in, and I'll make sure that I'll patrol it so nobody don't get left out. But when we start getting to the later part of what we're talking about, then I you know what I'm saying, I just want people to just say what their thoughts is and just let it rip. But thank you for Sir X Man. Where can they find you at, Sir X Man? I see you up in the building. What's going on with you, bro?
They can find me hanging out with you. That's it.
Nope, you ain't hanging out with me. You're too old. Anyway,
you know what I mean.
Anyway, finding the senior citizen homes in that buffet line
right,
to get that tapioca.
Is it after 11 yet? Is it after 11 yet?
Nope. Yes. No. You can't come in here after 11, sucker. You just gonna have to take that punishment. Anyway, and I see my boy Op is in here. So Op, do you have anything that you want to rebuttal for what that Bloody was saying, or anybody? But I want Op to say first, and then anybody else that wants to try to counteract what he was saying about what he saw.
I have a lot to say.
Go ahead, bro, because I know I saw you, and I saw my boy Super G, and you know what? Hey, and Don, and the Don. So let's not, you know what I'm saying, because they're
Wait a minute, he's going first before me?
Yeah, he's gonna go first. Well,
Don is in here.
Damn.
Yeah. Well, you know what I'm saying? No. Hold on. I got to be respectful. I'm sorry, because he was here before you.
Let's go first, because I just got here.
Yeah. Shut your mouth. Okay, go ahead, Slayer. Say what you have to say about Halo.
I was about to say some other.
Well, you jumped in. You came in first, and then you left, and then I kind of was like, you know what? But anyway, no. Go ahead. Say what you got to say. Take your time, bro.
So, all right, man. Yo, Halo. I gotta admit, yesterday I wasn't home during the whole Xbox thing, so I didn't get to watch it on my, LG OLED, big screen TV. I was in a house that had a 1080p TV, and I had my little Surface in my lap, and I'm watching it on both feeds, and when I saw Halo, I was like, all right, it looks like an Xbox One X game, but I would expect. Not a base Xbox One, Xbox One X. Like, I could see that distinction, right? And pretty crap quality TV with low-res feed, even though it was high frame rate. A lot of details were missing. When I got home to watch on that LG OLED twice over, that was when it went from Xbox One X game to a Series X game in production in an early state. I could see it. It was above the level of what the One X would be able to do, but not the Series X. It was like it caught in between and unfinished, and it felt unfinished, but you could see the greatness in it. And Halo just looks amazing. We've heard some discussion earlier about, basically locomotion, like how you going to travel across an open world now in Halo. We have vehicles and stuff, and there's always been that debate about running, but vehicles and running isn't really gonna do it. You got to be able to climb and clamber and do other things, and that's where that hook shot comes in. A great addition. Like, who would have thought a hook shot on the Master Chief? This is like, and it works so well, especially for the open world that they've introduced now. This is amazing. I could talk about all these people having their expectations and all this and that. If people are gonna say what they want to say and already know what they're gonna say beforehand, because I've seen countless people on Twitter, getting the troops all rallied up to say negative things about it as soon as it comes out, and these are the same folks that you can, it's like I have radar with this when I see this stuff on Twitter and elsewhere. They'll say something that's obviously untrue, right? Like they'll exaggerate something that to a far extent. When you click on their name, they've got a PlayStation logo and they're saying all this PlayStation's up and now a bunch of Xbox hate in there. You could see that, like, okay, who else would say something else like this? It would have to be some, crazy fanboy. And there was a lot of that, harming the discussion between people because it did look unfinished. And they're saying that this demo is 6 months old, running on a PC, and there's no ray tracing in it right now. And that was pretty clear, And in fact, apparently it's not going to have ray tracing at release, and that's coming later, But the discourse that was supposed to be there about the unfinished state of the game and what was in there and what wasn't was tainted a lot by the usual fanboy wars. So nobody could be objective and be seen as such, and for there to be discussion over this, because I saw a great unfinished game, from 6 months back. Who knows where they're up to now? I'd love to see that pretty soon, but I was impressed, and I was just hoping to see more in the future soon. And that's what I think. Hello.
No, I'm here. I got hiccups now because I was over here scarfing down some.
Hey, I gotta get ready.
Some food.
Are we doing the Fable topic real quick?
No, well, no. What I was gonna say was I was gonna ask everybody after. Excuse me. Damn it. I was eating too fast. What was everybody's favorite thing or least favorite thing of the show, and then we're just gonna wrap it up. But damn it. Let me hurry up and do this fast until I get these hiccups taken away. So what I wanted to ask everybody else. Oh golly, this is bad. I know it's bad. What? Okay, so since we heard that, and I what I'm saying, I know Op, you said you wanted to say something about it, so I'm gonna let you go ahead and you finish it up, and then I'm gonna ask everybody their whole perspective about what was going on with the Halo situation, because I know that you have a definite approach than everybody else on the panel so far.
Hey, go drink some water. It'll get rid of it.
I'm about to drink something right now, but I'll just have to let Op get to it.
Yeah, drink some water and stay upside down. Something, bro. Get the hiccups away. But for me, on Halo Infinite, like, in my personal opinion, I'm not being influenced by no like haters and like this. To me, this game is like hot ass, in my personal opinion, right now. Because I knew through we're going this direction with the art style at this point. The whole Mega Blocksy, like really simplistic art style going forward. And I knew it was gonna look worse when you see panel with everything else that it affects. And unfortunately, they proved that right with this trailer at this point. I'm not gonna get on too much about the fidelity of the art style.
Man, get on it, man. If you got something to say, because I seen you in the chat. Let them have it. Okay, get to it. It's
a slow build up. But like, I'm not gonna harp on them for the fidelity of the graphics right now because this is a pandemic and they work from home. And of course, they had to make some sacrifices to get this game working condition for launch at this point. So it looks like graphics and fidelity were a sacrifice right at this point. So I'm not gonna get on too much for that right now. But like, in my personal opinion, but there are two things went to my mind while I was watching the trailer at first. One, are the textures ever gonna load in during this trailer? And two, is this a Minecraft game at this point? Because for me, honest, like the art style and like the weapon models, the character models are like so simple and dumbed down at this point. I thought it was like a fucking Lego game for a split second while I was watching. Like, I'm thinking, like, is this like the canned Mega Bloks Halo game that we're supposed to get back then, and you're just bringing it back now? Like, I legit thought about watching the trailer at this point. Like, I do not like the direction it's going right now as far as art style. For me, it's a major step back from Halo 5 right now because I did appreciate how they're going like a more realistic route with Halo, and to me, it makes sense from a lore standpoint as well. Because like, after the war ended, they're able to improve the technology and improve it going forward. Because not like in the person's not fighting for survival at this point. They're able to divert resources to R&D and improve it going forward right now. But since like after Halo 5, everyone's complaining about pretty much the Bungie stands who can't accept change within their franchise. Fever 3, like they always done, they overcorrected and went back. And now what we have, the art style looks wonky as fuck. And the same people who wanted to go back to classic art style are not even talking about it at this point. They're only talking about the damn gameplay. They're just ignoring it right now because they know they don't like it because it looks like shit right now in the modern era. We already saw this happen before with Halo 2 Anniversary. If you take the simplistic art style and try to bring over modern generation, what they did with the blur graphics, it looks like hot fucking garbage. This happened again now with Halo Infinite, and now they're just back away from it. They don't want to talk about it right now. But that's just art style. As far as gameplay, to be honest, it looks like a step back from Halo 5 at this point. Grapple hook, sure, that's neat. Practically, it makes no damn sense for a Spartan right now because he's literally like a 1.5 ton soldier moving around. You have a grapple hook that makes no sense, especially going back from Halo 5.
Yeah, it's really not feasible. I forgot to mention that. It's really not feasible.
It makes no damn sense. And going from the fact they had literally thrusters on their suits for mobility, and we now get a grapple hook in replacement for that? Like, that makes no damn sense. Like, it really makes no damn sense for mobility at this point. Like, because there's going to be a limited range of grappling hook. It's not going to be infinite right now. And obviously, there's going to be a limited amount of, I guess, proportion for thrusters right now. But I'm pretty sure there'll be more mobility. We'll have extra thrusters on your suit versus grappling hook. But that's just me right at this point. Luckily, they kept clamber and sprint right now. So that's good. And slide as well. So I'm happy they kept those in as well. But, like, it's just like the gameplay, like, I don't know. I'm really worried about this weapon sandbox. Yes, we haven't seen all the weapons they have right now. But, like, what my worry is right now, what they take out. What replace weapons that we had in Halo 5 previous at this point. Because
I really get rid of the ground pound. I can't stand the ground pound.
In multiplayer, I hated it. In my personal opinion, I hated it in multiplayer. That is Spartan Charge. Those might not come back in the game. We'll see right now. But like, as far as like the gameplay, the mobility, the mechanics at this point, it's like a step back right now.
No, he had a little bit more mobility because you see, he was able to just climb on the blocks, jump on the other blocks.
No, you do that Halo 5 with clamber. Yeah, you're able to do that in Halo 5.
That's without the grappler. That's without the grappler.
Yeah.
He was able to jump on them blocks, jump on and have a little bit mobility on the block. But he didn't have that mobility when he was on the ground. And that's the part that bothered me. If you got that mobility to climb up there that quick, you should have the mobility to move a little faster on the ground.
Yeah, like me, it looks dumbed down in my personal opinion. Like Halo 5, you felt like an actual Spartan for the first time in playing the mainline games right now. This is like Halo 3, like not even 3.5, like 3.1 at this point. Like, yes, you can sprint, you can slide, you can clamber, you have a grapple hook now. Right. And like the only caveat to my critiques about gameplay right now is like I did notice there's an upgrade tree, upgrade, I guess, section in the menu right now. So there could be upgrades to your mobility, other stuff as well. We just don't know right now. But right now, base Master Chief, it looks spooky right now. Like Halo 5 gameplay will look more fun than this. But like I can't harp on it too much because we don't know everything we're able to do going forward. And lastly,
we'll know when they put out the multiplayer beta how it's going to be.
Yeah,
we'll know then.
Right. The last thing my final critique is the story plot. Right, it's the story points for the game right now. Unfortunately, it looks like the off-screen the Infinity right now because in one of those trailers it showed like I guess like a solar system map of all the UNSC forces present right now. And for some weird reason, all of them have the tagline Infinity over them. So maybe that's just the forces like spot that I guess not spawn, but I guess there were queued up whatever from the Infinity and were sent out to I guess confront the banished forces on the ring and all got decimated apparently right now. So I'm trying to figure out how is it that the banished forces were able to take out not only the Infinity, the UNSC's flagship for the fucking UNSC right now, they're able to take them out and the fucking created. Like, this makes no sense for me from a plot standpoint. Because in Halo 5, they said one Guardian can police a fucking solar system. And you're telling me space monkey pirates took them out and the UNSC as well?
Woo! I love it.
He's serious.
Off screen.
But I agree.
But no. But who said I agree? Who said that?
Huh?
I did.
Oh, okay. Keep going.
In that last part, I did.
Yeah, keep going up.
Like, that makes no sense. Like, you're telling me that the UNSC flagship got off-screen by the banish. You might not even see or get a glimpse of it. That is bullshit right now. Because that's go back and forth in the past. They're overcorrecting. Because people, they hate the Infinity. Everything it stands for at this point. So what they do, they probably got rid of a Halo Infinite. We don't know for sure. That's probably what happened. Look what happened in Halo 5. People hated Jewel Madonna and Spartan Ops in Halo 4. So guess what? They killed him off in the first mission. It wasn't that good of a death for him at that point. And
you know what they're going to do? They're going to give us one of those little story things that they do in Halo that you're supposed to look at before you play the game.
That's probably it, though. And look at it right now. Probably there's nothing. Probably for our team of stars right now. They probably got off screen too. They probably didn't survive the damn game at this point. Like the only thing we might get from this, like they probably went down fighting. That's probably literally what we're for fighting stars. They probably died off screen and we go get like they went down fighting at this point.
And I like the beginning story a lot. I thought it was good.
But everybody hated it. So they probably overcorrected and got rid of them. Because that's what everybody does. When they get critiqued by something, they overcorrect and go to the extreme to fix it. And it never works out for them in their favor. It doesn't work out for people who didn't like it. Because even people who hated Jewel Madonna in Halo 4 and 5, they say, okay, we don't like him, but like you killed him up way too fast in the beginning. Like he barely got any screen time. Like
I don't like me. I don't like what they're doing to Cortana. I just didn't like how they did it in Halo 5, turning her evil like that. It's just wrong to me. One little AI.
All I'm going to say is
this.
Hold on, let me interrupt this because all I'm going to say is this: is that Dirt. I appreciate you definitely coming on, but I think that this show is GRG tonight is going to go a little bit extra long because I have so many people that's hitting me up and saying, I want to come in. 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 I want some of this. I want to talk about this. I want to talk about this. So I'm not only going to let one more person come in. So I'm going to give it to our boy Devin, because Devin is like, man, I need to come in. So, you know what I'm saying? Your boy from your podcast, I'm going to let him come in. But
it's going to be a 4-hour show.
Well, if it is, that's fine. But anytime that you're ready to depart, please go ahead and do what you got to do. I got no problem with that. But I do love the passion, and I'm glad that Op is getting into the nitty gritty because everybody else has kind of been tippy-toeing, and I was just ready for everybody to be done before I was about to get started myself. But I just wanted to let our guests know, listen, anytime that you need to go, let us know. That has no problem with that. But if you got something to say, this is a roundtable aspect of it. So anybody that wants to say what they need to say, just jump in and say it. But keep continuing to go. I'm going to go ahead and bring Devin in. So I'm going to
the Halo lore is deep.
Is deep, bro. But like in my honest opinion, I feel like 343 lost their soul at this point because right now they're not doing what they want to do. They're doing what the fans are telling them to do. Because
I think that's why Bungie's in here. I think that's why Bungie's teaming up with Microsoft a little bit. If 343 messes up, they got a backup for the next Halo or to correct what they messed up.
I don't think so because Bungie right now in its current form, most of the original leadership that was from the original Bungie and Microsoft are all gone. Like they split up because like they had issues over there partnering with Activision right now, and they knew that was gonna be some bullshit, but they still did it anyway. And
Can I ask you guys a question real quick? I mean, I just thought about this like yesterday after the show. Does Destiny seem like it looks better than Halo?
Absolutely.
I mean, and Halo Infinite.
Oh, absolutely.
Because I didn't think it was just me seeing that.
I'm gonna be honest right now. It's gonna be brutal, but I'm gonna be honest. Halo Reach will be better than Infinite at this current point.
Oh wow! Okay, all right. Now I gotta shut you down on that one. You know what I'm saying? Live. Okay, live. I heard that you said something, so go ahead, live. Rebuttal to our boy Op on in the fam. What was you gonna say?
I get Destiny, but I see it. I don't see it. I don't see.
No, I don't see that either.
Like how
I definitely don't see it.
That's what I say about Halo Infinite right now is Blue Hammer and maybe Chief on a good angle. That's the only good looking thing.
Oh wow! Okay, go ahead, live. Say what you got to say, and then the Op, I'll let you rebuttal right afterwards. I'm not going to shut you down for what you got to say.
Don't get me wrong.
You know what I'm saying? Because I respect your opinion. I really do. Because there's a lot of people that has the same stance that you have. I know our boy, the driver. You know what I'm saying? Super G is completely behind you guys on that aspect of it.
I think he was liking what he saw in Halo. I think that's what he was liking.
Well, not at first, but I don't know. I don't know. I wish Super G was around, but you know what I'm saying, because of his work schedule and stuff like that. But that's fine. Devin, what's happening, bro? I know that you've been wanting to come on for a long time, man. Listen, it's already turning into the Dirt Griggity podcast. It's motherfucking. It's already happening. We getting taken over. What's happening, man? What's going on with you, man? What's happening with you, Hyper? What's happening?
Not much, man. I'm just getting my video set up for tomorrow, man. Review of the show.
Listen to me, dude. He's already said I'm getting it set up. Oh my God. So have you been listening to a little bit of what everybody's been saying so far, especially our boy Op?
Yeah, man, I've been kicking it in and out, playing some Gears 5.
Okay. All right. Okay, cool. So, what's up, Game Down Sites? Of course, Core. You know what I'm saying?
My boy.
You know what I'm saying? This was it. He's taking my boy Tarvin is saying he's taking out his ass right now. Listen, this is okay. So let me go ahead and say this point, right? All right. So I'm not gonna jump on my boy Op completely because when I first seen the trailer or the demo, I was unimpressed. I was like, "What?" Because I came in late. Because when I came home, Op and some I think it was Op that dropped it first, and I was like, "Oh, I'm not watching that because that's not the gameplay." Because I hit it and I said, "Oh, that's not the gameplay. I'm gonna watch what they drop." You know what I'm saying? Because I thought that I still didn't miss the show. And then when I watched the show, then I was like, it was like 3 games until the end, and I was like, oh shit, I am late. So when I caught back and I caught it again, and then I watched it, I wasn't too far from what Op was thinking. I thought that like, whoa, this game is not very impressive looking. It's impressive, but it's not impressive looking as though I thought it would be. And so I was looking at it from like, well, what's going on here? Like, I mean, something is not right. Something is not right. But something there was the good and the bad with it. You know what I'm saying? And then Xbox made sure that they implemented the 4K 60 stream, and then I was a lot more favorable after that because I was like, oh, okay. It still has some setbacks because it doesn't look fully polished, but it looks 10 times better. Not 5, not 3, but 10 to 20 times better than what you've seen from the original stream, which was 1080p, 30 frames per second. And then that's when I finally realized for the first time ever, because I'm not giving a damn about really the frames per second aspect. I know my boy Fonzarelli and other people that's been 60 frames plus or death. But I was kind of like, I don't really care. You know what I'm saying? It's never been that thing for me. But for the first time when I was actually watching Halo, and then when I seen it in a actual 4K 60 situation, I seen a lot of difference, and I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa. This game isn't fully polished, but this game is absolutely ahead of what a lot of people has been speculating from what I was seeing in other chats and DMs and things like that. So I'm gonna go to you, Sir X Man, and get your perspective on it, because I know that you talked about it on the next podcast last night. But give us a little bit of thought process of what you thought when you first seen Halo, and then just go from there.
Well, when I first saw it that morning in the Microsoft, I was like, this is a hot mess. But then I rewatched it 2 more times.
Hold on. Hot mess?
I thought it was a hot mess.
Ooh,
but I
Lord.
looked at it, I re-looked at it like you did, and I saw the refinements. I saw the difference. But they've had this game, and they've been working on it, from what I've heard, since they started working on it right after, a little bit after Halo 5. And we all love Halo. We all don't want to knock Halo or any game for nothing. But we want to see better. We want to see, something that's showing us what we want in the next system, the next generation, the next iteration. God, I sound like a preacher. We want better for Microsoft games. I feel should just say, look, give me your best. I don't want your try. I want your best. And you giving these people all this money. You got these amount of people in this studio. The game looked good. I'm not going to deny it, except for a few little problems. But I was expecting more. You know, I was expecting to see something that was gonna make me jump out of my like when you're age 3 and you see something beautiful and you just put your hands in the air and say yes. That's what I was looking for. I saw, okay, I know they're in that stage where they're still trying to put it together, but it's getting close to the launch, man. You know, I expect to see excellence. That's pretty much all I got to say on it, man. I'm just being real. And I love Halo.
No doubt. Okay, Devin, since you just jumped in, what was your thoughts?
I seen the original stream of the game, and as far as like they were saying that it's bigger than 4 and 5 combined, the world that is. How many things you got to load in at the same time? Not everything looked superior, but I think a lot of the things in the original trailer looked good as well, like reflections and whatnot. And like I liked how it seemed like every place you went to, there was an interaction with a different enemy, or so you're not just walking around, you know what I mean? And then watching it in 4K definitely refined the graphics a bit more. And then I read after the show, after everybody was talking shit, that this is a pre-build. It's not like where it's at now. This was a pre-build of the game from months ago, according to the article posted, the interview posted. So I'm thinking to myself, because they said 343, the game is building every week. So for however old this trailer was, like you got to think like how many weeks building up to this, where it's officially at right now. I'm not worried about it, man. $500 million budget, huge team, like probably more people working on this game at Microsoft than any other game. I'm not worried about it.
All right. Oh, talking to my wife. I'm sorry. I apologize. She's looking at me like I'm crazy. All right. Anybody else?
Pulled pork.
What'd you say?
You know what I said. Pulled pork.
Oh, pulled pork. Yes, he came.
And you're
with the
eating
pulled
in the
pork.
mic like you yell at me about too. Okay, just let you know.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you found that out?
Mhm.
Okay, my bad.
We heard
Anyway,
it.
you heard it. You heard a little smack. I'm sorry. All right.
We heard a lot of smack, bro.
Damn. Hold on. All right, I'm done. I'm done eating. All right, suckers. Anyway, I
This
had to
mother
swallow that
lover
shit.
right here, man. I
I'm
can't
done
believe
for
it.
now. Stop playing.
I had to swallow it whole. That shit, you know what I'm saying? I do good on y'all about that eating. But I was thinking that Devin was going to talk a little bit more about it. All right, so let me ask one more question on this, and this anybody can jump in on this, so I can finish my last piece. So overall, what do you give the score for Halo, especially being the first, the flagship for going on the Series X? What do you give the score from 1 to 10? I'm going to start with you, Livewire. What would you give Halo's presentation on the show right now for what you thought, what you've seen from 1 to 10?
I'd probably give it an 8. You know, because what I saw looks fun. You know what I mean? Like the game itself looks fun. I didn't read into the story and all that shit. I'm just looking at the fun of the game. Because I mean, story's great. I just played The Last of Us 2, awesome game. Never want to play that shit again. I mean, so that shit don't really mean shit to me.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Is the game fun? That's all I give a fuck about. So what I saw looks fun. You know, so that's why I gave it an 8. You know, I'm intrigued, but again, yes, things could be a little bit more polished. I mean, but that's my only issue is the polish. You know what I mean? But that's shit that they could fix. So that's just my issue for right now. And it's not an X, so we still don't know what the fuck it looks like. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like on the console we'll have.
Yeah, 'cause it was on
we
the
don't know if
PC,
it'll look
yeah.
better or worse.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I mean, hopefully it looks better because I seen like streaming in grass and
then Greg,
clouds and
I mean, I
stuff
know
like that.
Greg,
so.
Greg got a lot of love. Yeah. All right.
Oh yeah,
so,
Greg.
Greg, yeah,
Dude,
Greg.
the crazy thing about him is like you can't even see his face unless you
Unless
gotta
you
pause
really
the game.
go in like that, right?
Yeah, like you know.
They were
but-
looking for that shit, to be honest, man. You
Well,
would not.
I mean, we already knew it, right? Like, I mean, I don't know.
It's funny, but like, come on, y'all being petty as shit now.
Oh, that's
I mean,
every
it is
day.
what it is. Like
That's
I
every
don't
day.
like, but again, I always say like PlayStation dudes are funny with that stuff because it's like they'll show you stuff. Like they always send you like look how good this game is in photo mode or during a cutscene. I'm like, Brit, show me the picture of Nathan Drake when I'm walking around with him. No, we ain't doing that. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, like that's what we showing you on Xbox. We don't want to send you cutscenes. What's the point in that? That's not what you play. But whatever. You know what I mean?
No doubt. All right. What about you, Dirt? What would you give the presentation for Halo?
Like I said, at first on the first stream, I'll probably give it a 7, but after watching it back twice, 4K, I give it an 8. You know, because I did think like it did look way better than the initial stream, and it looked pretty decent. So I give it an 8.
What do you give it?
For me, I gotta give it a 7 because like there is a lot I don't like about it, but there's also a lot that was good about it as well. So I can't harp on it too much though. But as far as like the original stream, I'm gonna be honest, y'all. As far as I can tell, no other stream that he did had as many issues as the Xbox stream. I'm gonna be honest right now. No other stream that he did has as many issues as this one. Maybe because it did it at 60 FPS. I'm not sure.
Oh, see, well, what did you watch?
We struggling.
We made it up. Like when we was in the shit together, I was like, bro, go to the Xbox shit because that Jeff Keighley Game Awards shit, that shit broke. I was like, that shit slow as fuck.
And it was blurry.
We didn't go there. Some people went to Twitch. I just went straight to the Xbox.
How convenient that Jeff Keighley shit was the one that was broken.
The right language. It was like way in the back. I was like, God damn,
it would be petty to say it was sabotage because that's going a little too far. But goddamn, Jeff, like what the hell?
Yo, yeah, that's bad coincidence, man. I'm just saying, bro. Even if it is just that, it's not a good look. He didn't need that.
Even his show where he had all these other different people in there, like it was funny when he was doing the PlayStation reveal. There was no other people that was going to judge what PlayStation was offering, but he wanted to have people be judgmental towards the Xbox event. I thought that was crazy, but go ahead, Livewire.
Yeah, no, I was just wanting to say, like, look, man. I mean, all jokes aside, man. I know people have jokes about, they want to say whatever about the Xbox conference, but was it Eco Meko? What's that name of that game?
Echo
Maka.
Echo Maka. Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. That game looked better than anything I've seen that PlayStation shit. So we need to calm down.
Even Ratchet and Clank. Come on now, Ratchet and Clank look dope though.
It ain't look better than that. It looked good, but it ain't look better than that, bro.
Really?
I was we was looking at true facts. We have Dinobots out there spewing hot fire.
Nah, that look better than that.
Don't get me wrong.
No, it looked fun. It looked fun, but I wouldn't say it looked better than.
I would tell you to go look at the shit.
I will look at it again. I will look at it. I was going to look at it a fourth time before the show, and I did not. But okay, all right, go ahead, Live. Finish up.
That's it, man.
Okay, cool. All right, cool. Devin. Oh my God! Look at Don. He's trying to come in here and sneak in here. Look at Don. You know what? You know when Don sneaks in here.
Back me up, man. Back me up, bro.
You know what? When Don sneaks in here, there's only one thing. There's only one thing that I know that this is. Don is over here like, hey guy, I got potato salad with raisins, and I do want, and you know what? And I do want to meet your white quota, and I think I want to do Devin the Gamer. That's what Don is here for, you asshole. Anyway.
No, dude. And he's right next to me.
And he's right next to Sir X-Man.
Raisins, man. I don't know what's going on over here.
I love raisins. Raisins is good. You remember
but you microwave that shit. Yeah, you always microwave that shit.
I don't microwave raisins. I don't microwave raisins. I just eat them whole.
No, you oven roast them. That's what you do.
Anyway, oven roast. Yes.
You put them in this popcorn popper. You're just like, just nice and warm before you eat them.
Raisins and popcorn is fantastic with a little butter. Anyway, shut your mouth. Anyway, what's going on with you, Donna? Glad that you could come in. I know that you've been working and stuff.
Yeah, I snuck out a little bit early.
Yeah,
just to see
let
what's up.
everybody know. Let everybody know about you, and well, they know about you, but let everybody know what
what's
you're
up?
doing and what you got going on. Talk about your Twitch channel and all that other stuff, man. Before we.
Oh, I'm just here for the outros. Perfect.
No, not the outros. I'm just doing this here because we getting ready to wrap it up here overall for the night.
Oh yeah. No.
Really?
I'm just stopped by to say hi, and I guess K Mega wants to do Devin the Gamer. We'll see if that happens or not. But
I didn't say I wanted to do Devin the Gamer. I just said, just give yourself a shout out.
Oh shit! Well, shoot, I'm here, and you follow me on Twitch. So there.
Don to death.
I gotta get Don's opinion though.
I've been hanging around Don too goddamn long. Don has been taking a little bit of my spice. I'm tired of it. We need to get him to where he's hanging around more Xbot and Mooch and all the rest of them guys, so he can come back and say, "Hey, man, I was thinking about some lettuce, tomatoes, and some bacon. I love BLTs. What do you like, Mega?"
Yes,
I'm like,
sir.
"Get the fuck out of here! What's wrong with you? Who are you?" Anyway, I'll say.
Hey, K Mega.
What up?
K Mega. Since Don is Mr. Halo God lately, I want to hear his opinion.
Did you say Halo God? Don't ever give him that much props. Ever. No, I gotta go to everybody else first, and then I'll get to
I wake
get to
up
Don
to
later.
the sound of monks humming in the morning. Yeah.
Is that what's going on? Anyway, no, I want to get to Devin and Dirt before we go get ready to sign out, and then I'll let Don speak with his.
Let them have their time to shine, man.
Right. Okay, so Devin, what was your overall thoughts about the show? Overall, because
out of everything that I've seen,
everything, and then of course include what you thought about Halo. I know that you heard what Op had to say, right or wrong, but if you have anything to debate about with Op, go ahead and you can say it. But what did you think overall?
I gave it an 8.5 to a 9.
Okay.
Still kind of like anywhere in between. But I've seen a lot of games that I'm interested in playing. Definitely everything coming out on Game Pass was a huge win for me.
Mm-hmm.
I seen, as far as Halo goes, I know it's a huge open world game. Open world, when they brung up the map, was surprising to me. I loved it. I like how they included the what's the gadget called?
The grappling hook?
Yeah, the grappling hook. I thought that was cool. You can grab objects and throw it at grunts. You got other enemies picking up other enemies and throwing them at you. I thought that was pretty dope. I thought the game looked good in 4K. It looked great to me. And other games, like say the new Obsidian game looked really good. Avowed. I'm interested in that. They said that they're gonna go with a Skyrim type take on that. So I'm definitely curious to see more about that. Obviously, Fable looks good. I think Forza looks better than any game I've ever seen.
Facts. Talk about it. I was waiting for somebody to talk about Fable.
I thought that
amazing.
Game was real. It looks real.
Yes.
Absolutely.
No doubt.
What else? I wanted to touch on that Sega game. I can't remember the name of it though.
Dragon Quest.
No, the other one made by the
Persona.
Yeah. No, the one that was made by the Sonic people.
Fantasy Star Online.
All of them, like all the games made by.
Fantasy Star is gonna be so hot.
That was in the show looked good. I'm impressed, definitely, especially Fantasy Star. Like how fluid it was when the characters were running around, big map, big boss fights and stuff. It looks fun, man.
Have you not played any of the
Fantasy Star that we have now?
That we have now? You ain't tried it out yet, Devin?
I've played Fantasy Star Online too, when it dropped on Xbox, right when it first came out.
But you didn't play that much of it.
I didn't play a whole lot of it, but I enjoyed what I played. I just got a bunch of games to play. You know what I mean?
Right? No. We totally understand that. No, it's still fun, but it just knowing the fact that it
needs
they
that
put a lot more
graphical
gel to
update
that upgrade because it's 12 years old, and then for season getting it, that is a plus. But go ahead, man. Go ahead.
I'm just loving all the content coming from the Japanese developers coming over to Xbox. Finally, we're not getting skipped over anymore. It seems like, and with Like a Dragon dropping on Xbox day one, I think that's pretty big as well.
No doubt. All right,
But
Dirt.
overall, the show, I thought it was great, man. So 8.5 from me.
Cool. All right, man. Thank you. What about you, Dirt? You know what I'm saying? We're gonna wrap it up for you guys, for you and for Devin. And Devin, I'm gonna hit you up a little bit later so we can do something a little bit later. So you can come back on the show when we start. But
For sure, that'd be cool.
Yeah, no, that'd be great. Because I want to get all of you guys from over at y'all's podcast to come over at one point in time, man. I mean, I love the collaboration. It's just that I just don't reach out to a lot of people. I just kind of do my own thing. It's because it's just not because I want to try to be a snob. It's never that. It's just the fact that when I've reached out to certain people, some people act like when they have like higher tiers, or if they feel like they get to a certain point, they just like, hey, K Mega don't mean shit to them anymore. And I'm like, whoa, okay, that's cool. I ain't got no problem. I will do my own. We do our own shit over here. So, but that's the whole thing. No, it's just all about whatever. But no, I definitely want to try to have all you guys come on GRG, just like, you know, saying anybody else that's a part of GRG. You know, hit everybody up. Livewire, you know what I'm saying? 6 Layer,
for sure.
108.
That'd be fresh.
Hit them up.
Yeah,
Hit them up. The Don, even when Don is available, you know what I'm saying? Hit us all up, man. You know what I'm saying? That's I think that's some parts that we met. What's that? You're available.
I don't know about you, but I am. So
you're
hit me
available,
up.
sucker. You available anyway? But no, they're just saying in the sense of just.
K-Mega's gonna start doing my schedule for me.
I am going to be your planner anyway. But no, that's that's just what I want to say.
Put
But
your
Dirk,
butt to work.
put your ass to work. Anyway,
Yeah,
so
I need some representation. I'm down with that.
you
Whatever.
do, and that's what I'm saying. I'm over here promoting you, bro. I'm doing your work right now. So when you get your game out, you know what I'm saying, I want some kind of K Mega royalties. That's all I, you know what I'm saying. It may be 2%.
I need a community manager. It's all
Yeah,
good.
that's fine. I can get 2%. You know what I'm saying. All I know is I need to get my $3.75. You know what I'm saying?
Put
Real
K Mega in the
profit.
game. Why don't you put K Mega in your game?
K Mega in the game.
Yeah.
Put him in the game.
$3.75, and then put me in the game in some kind of way. If just put me in the credits, you know what I'm saying? But you make the words big. That's all I care about. So I can just post that shit in there. Haters, I'm in the game. Where are y'all at?
Do you want the K Mega DLC? It's $10.
Whoa! I love it. King of the A button style.
Yeah,
So Dirt.
You can get 1% of the DLC money. How about that? So we'll go from here.
Let me get the Dirt's ass. Okay, all right. So, give me your overall impressions, and I'll go ahead and let you and Devin go, and then we'll finish the rest for the show. But, what was your overall thought of the show? Matter of fact, if there's any other things, because I do want to ask everybody else on the panel for the end when we sign out. What was your favorite thing of the show? What was your least favorite thing of the show? And then also, what did you give the Halo presentation from 1 to 10? What did you think?
Okay, I think the Halo presentation was an 8.
Okay.
But as far as the whole show, my favorite part, even though it was a CGI trailer, I love State of Decay franchise, so that was a surprise. I didn't think that was going to be there. That's why that was
That's a fact.
big surprise for me. And I was like, oh, snap, you know. But let me just tell you just a couple of my negatives. I had, like some things I just didn't care for.
Mm-hmm.
I feel that like showing Ninja Theory and them not having anything or showing anything, like actually showing the guy, I gotta think his name, Don Matthews, I believe, and them not showing anything, any type of gameplay. I don't know if they were meant to be there and they pulled it at the last minute for the August show. I don't know, but I felt that was like, no, don't have them there at all, you know. And also Tetris, man. Don't.
What?
I don't care.
You didn't care about Tetris?
I like Tetris.
I don't care what version of Tetris it is. They don't need to be on that show.
Oh,
I
man,
don't care
come
what
on.
version of Tetris it don't need to be on that show, bro.
Ah.
Avowed looked great. Fable. So the show was great, man. Everwild looked great. I mean, it was just like I only had like a couple negatives, and I just told you guys I thought the games looked damn good. Yeah. Game Pass is amazing. I don't care what anybody says. Not just now, but Game Pass is great for the future with these upcoming games that they showed today. And so that's it. I thought the show was pretty good. I give it a solid 8. You know what I'm saying?
Or solid 8. No doubt.
Yep.
No doubt. All right. So So I'll let you go ahead and get out of here, man. I know that you got other things to do and stuff like that. But man, where
right,
can they find? Where can they find you at? Where can they find? I'm going to go to you, Devin, next, and let you guys, figure out what y'all guys do, and let everybody know about what y'all doing. But man, where can they find you at? What's going on with you, man?
Well, my channel, Dirt Griggity, we got a podcast called We Bleed Green on Monday nights at 6:30 Eastern Time on my channel. And also have a podcast on Wednesday nights at 9:30 Eastern Time on my channel. Of course, the We Bleed Greens is strictly Xbox podcast.
Facts.
And so the panel, the guests is Xbox guys. I don't, really want any PlayStation guys or anybody else on We Bleed Green because it's an Xbox show for Xbox fans.
Mm-hmm.
And my show on like Wednesday is a little bit more flexible. We got Stadia people, we got Nintendo people. I'm trying to get a couple PlayStation people, so that's a little bit different. And I also do my own personal videos. I do little skits here and there. So yeah, come check out my channel, Dirt Griggity.
Yeah, check my boy out, man. Check my boy out. He's very talented, and also on top of that, he is an Xbox guy, but he is he supports everything, man. And
yeah, of course. Well, I support the PlayStation.
Right.
I support the PlayStation, but I don't really rock with that with nothing else.
Well, I know that, but I'm just saying in the sense of just it's not about just hate.
I'm not a blind fanboy, is what you're trying to say.
Right.
I'm not a blind fanboy.
Pretty good. Y'all should really check it out in the chat. I've seen it. It's pretty good.
Yeah, no.
Sir X Man, brother. I remember back in the day, me and you used to be on Mooch and Crap show all the time, bro.
Yep.
I know, right?
Yeah, I remember those days. Things have changed, haven't they?
Yes.
I know, right?
I've changed a lot. So all right. Yeah, Devin, if there's anything else that you want to address, man, before we go ahead and let you sign out of here too, and like I said, I'll contact you here a little bit, so you can come back onto the show when we get to do some other stuff. But man, where everybody else can find you, and I know that you do videos yourself, man. I love your content. You pro Xbox, which is nothing wrong with that, no doubt. But let everybody know about you, man.
Definitely, man. My YouTube channel, Hyperfang Gaming. That's where you can check me out on YouTube. Definitely an Xbox-centric YouTube channel. So just type in Hyperfang Gaming. That's where you'll find me. You can also find me on Twitter at the Xbox Classic, all one word. And you can catch me on both of Dirt Griggity's podcasts, the one on Monday and the one on Wednesday. I'm a panelist on there.
Mm-hmm. All right. Okay, cool. No doubt about it. And my man, you know what I'm saying? Like, look, I do appreciate you guys wholeheartedly. When you first asked me to come on to your podcast, man, it was an honor. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't even anything because you guys kind of came at me and it was like, oh man, K Mega, you've been doing this for a long time, and it was like this and like that, and I was like, man, I was going to say, man, shut the fuck up, because I don't even like being praised. I just like the fact that you guys doing what you do, and if the fact that it is that regardless of what I do, and I just care about the success of just people coming out and just being genuine. Not about the fake flip-flopper bullshit and how everybody's just doing it for clicks, and then how some people, they just come in, and when we all follow certain YouTubers and people like that, and then they came and they completely switched. I appreciate the fact that you guys stay true to who you are. Not because you know what I'm saying, it should never ever be about the clicks. You know what I'm saying? Because I've had people, and I can even speak for my boy Xbox 448. We've had people on our podcast that didn't get no love. There was people that asked to come on other podcasts, and nobody never showed their love. Salty. I just want to say that. And then nobody never showed them love. And Bot was the very first one to
Pepper.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying. Yeah,
salt and pepper.
Yeah, so pepper can add a little bit more flavor to that, right?
Pepper.
And then Bot was one of the first people to add him onto his show to let people recognize him. And then I've added him to my show as well. And then for all of a sudden, people are asking for apologies and things like that. I found that to be really egregious. But you know what? I have no I got love for everybody that's been on GRG. I have love for everybody that's been on Next. But the one thing is about this, and I'm gonna say this, and I don't give a fuck what's being said because I'll take the heat. There ain't nobody gonna fuck with me. You will not get an apology. Only thing you will get is move on. That's it. Real talk. Because nobody is here to do things on a scandalous level like some people anticipate or do things. When I see a grown man get talked to and disrespected on Crossfire, the way that some individuals get talked to in that manner, and then they don't ask for an apology, but they want to try to throw all types of heat in there because of somebody throwing out their opinion and somebody reading a super chat. Nah, bruh.
Oh yeah. Now I know what you're talking about. Because at first you lost me.
Yeah.
For a second.
You lost all credibility on that. And if you got something to say to me, throw that shit out in the air. I'll talk to you out there in public or I'll talk to you in private. But you should have made that private. Don't ever do that because what I looked at it when I first heard that, I thought it was the most disrespectful thing. And then now I see you over here cuddling up to the people that called you a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
And now you acting like it's all good and it's cool.
Oh, I know what we talking about.
Say, oh yeah. You know I won't hold my breath on anything. This is my shit. I'll say what I gotta say. But the next time you sit there and you ask for an apology, if I don't see you asking for one for crap, then I don't want to hear you say anything for anybody else.
Oh,
that's what I'm saying.
That.
So
Crap called them hella bitches on that shit.
Ooh, took his manhood. Took his manhood. Took his manhood.
Another one.
Took his manhood. And let that shit fly to him. Let that shit fly to him. Salty should already know who I am and how I am. I don't hold my breath and hold my tongue for anybody. Bot is one of the nicest people that you ever want to meet. And to try to desecrate that shit. Yeah.
Me and Bot are not on the best of terms.
Right.
But I will say right now, he is genuinely a nicest person, man.
He is one of the
nice. I'll say that, like,
yes.
Yeah, like he doesn't deserve shit.
He don't deserve any type of shit like that. If you don't like him because he's an Xbox fan and that he wants to be a neutral vibe or whatever, I get that. That's fine. If you want to try to overtake my boy and you want to brag about your stats and things like that, that's fine. It's not, you know what I'm saying? It's really not about that, but to try to desecrate a good-hearted person and then try to take that, and then when another person took your soul and made an ass out of you in front of thousands, and you never asked for anything, but you just switched over, I think now you need to check your priorities. And if anytime you want to say anything to me, you know I'm right here. K-Mega 405, baby. Understand that shit. Get that shit right. Anyway, thank you guys for coming on. If y'all want to hop off, go ahead. We got one more topic to finish up on this stuff. I definitely want to hear Don's point of view on Halo, and then we're going to get the hell out of here because this was the only topic that we was going to talk about. So thank you guys so much for coming on. I hope it's not the last time. Real talk.
Let me say one more thing before I leave, man. Thank you for these guys, man, like you guys on the panel, for being consistent. You know what I'm saying? I know this generation, for some people, been up and down. You know, it's had its ups, it's had its downs, but I appreciate you guys for being consistent. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I've been gaming a long time, since '77, and believe it or not, I've never seen nothing as bad as this.
It's never been this bad. I've seen people try to compare.
Yeah, this is the worst ever by far.
Okay. So
on top of it makes it even worse.
All right. So let's end the show on this right here, because I think this is the most important aspect of the show than anything. I you know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm going to give my aspect right now. I thought that the Xbox show was a 9 out of 10. I you know, when I was on the Kid Smooth show, I said, 10 out of 10. I agree with my boy Xbot when he said there was just one. If they showed one more banger it would have been a 10.
And I gave my opinion 7 out of 8, and everybody
Right.
respected my
No,
opinion.
and that's fine. And our boy Operations, you know what I'm saying, who had to leave, you know what I'm saying, he gave his point of view. I totally agree. Halo, when I first seen Halo, that's why it took me so long. People was like, Mega, I don't see, because I didn't see it until late. But when I seen it, I was like, whoa, this shit is not impressive to me. What's going on? What's happening? And this is where I got to the point to where I was upset, because I was like, you know who I blame? I don't blame Stans. I blame the Halo coalition that was out here begging for the older style Halo to come, and now
they gave it to you.
And they gave it to you, and now you're still bitching. But I'm gonna let Don jump in on that, because I know Don got a lot to say about that.
But real quick, because I want to hear Don too.
Yeah.
But I even convinced K Mega yesterday on the game he didn't think about that. He said, I'm probably gonna play that. The ones where the parents got married, got murdered.
Oh, yeah, fantastic.
Can't wait to play that game.
Xbox brought more variety than any. And let me ask this question. And
what did I
tell me the
say
truth.
yesterday? They brought more adult-themed games than I've ever seen.
Yeah.
From Xbox.
Let me ask this question. Who had we've had all these shows that's came out for the last 4 months?
Mm-hmm.
Who's had the best showing out of all of these? From Sony, Xbox, Ubisoft, from Revolver Digital to Ubisoft. Who's had the best showing so far?
I think it'll be Xbox.
Definitely Xbox.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Any Livewire, who you think had the best showing so far? So all these shows that we've seen so far.
Overall, yeah, I'd probably say Xbox.
Okay, all right, Don, who you think?
Yeah.
In order, Xbox, Ubisoft, and then Sony.
Okay, all right, cool. I mean, I totally agree. I totally. I'm gonna say Sony second, but you know what? Ubisoft, when they did the whole John Wick thing, I'm like, wow, that shit looked dope.
When
I can only judge based on the things I want to play, right?
What's his name?
That's fair.
So,
with the kid and the grenade, that
Far Cry 6. Far Cry 6.
Yeah. That look.
Yeah.
And I've never played a Far Cry, but that one I want to play. That one I want to play.
Yeah, no. Don is totally in the same realm, because I'm like, damn, I thought Sony's show was pretty good, because I gave it an 8 out of 10. You know what I'm saying? But both Xbox shows were 9 out of 10s for me. So Xbox dominated. It's just the fact that the whole quote unquote gameplay aspect is what stopped the first enhancement. And Xbox showed way more than what PlayStation have showed this whole year. And I'm still trying to comprehend why people are still saying that PlayStation is still is the go-to console.
Yeah, but
you know why, though. You know why.
Well, I know that.
Hey, most people expect PlayStation to show more mature games. This time, Microsoft did it. Sony didn't do it in their show.
They show Volcano High, man. You ain't like Volcano High?
Hey, man, I do want to play Volcano High and Bug Snacks. I'm not even going to lie to you. I want to play Bug Snacks. I'm gonna stream Bug Snacks. I got to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, God, no.
Don's going to be right there with me. Ain't that right, Don? Whoa, Bug Snacks.
Right next to him right now. You don't even know.
Strawberries.
Whoa, Bug Snacks. Anyway, all right.
Would you just go buy a Switch and be happy, bro?
I got a PlayStation. You need to buy one. Anyway,
I said Switch.
Oh, no. I need to get it. I'm going to get a Switch. My wife is needing that. She needs some Animal Crossing. But okay, all right. So let me go to Don on this one. And PK, you back? What happened to you, PK?
Just in time.
Oh, I
What
had
happened?
to take a break.
You took
I
a
had
shit?
to take a break.
You got to take a shit?
No. Just I had to take a
Man, why
break
you
from
had to know about
Halo,
that man's
put
bowel
it to the
movement?
side,
Man, because he just popped out of
It's after
nowhere. I was like,
11.
damn.
You
I was
can
like,
say that now.
anyway,
I
all right.
seen my gameplay up, so I decided to come back and just promote gameplay.
Ah, you know what? I'm about to mute you every time. I ain't ever putting that garbage up there again. Anyway, no. So, all right. So, this is the end. We're at the end of the show. So, I just want to say, and I know that there was plenty of stuff that I wanted to talk about, but I knew once we talked about Halo, it was kind of going to just take over the whole rest of the show. So, I'm going to ask you, PK, what was your favorite showing from the Xbox? showing, and what was your least favorite? Go ahead, let us know.
Okay, so I'm gonna just put it out there. I did talk about this on my channel because I just put a video up about my top 10 favorites. But I will discuss my top 10 favorites, of course. Is PSO2 update. State of Decay 3 was one of my favorite, most exciting. I can't tell you guys how excited I am about that face uplift. They must have gave these dudes a blank check because oh my god, them graphics uh, uh got over. Um, Another one, I'm definitely not like Silent Hill type of guy. I don't like playing those kind of games, but definitely the medium got me interested. And I'm gonna tell you, Grounded. For those you guys that talk about Grounded, that game is fun. I played the demo. Can't wait to Tuesday. I'm gonna say right now, I'm disappointed in Everwild. Not because the game don't look good, because the game does look gorgeous, but they don't show no gameplay. I have no idea what that game is about.
That game
Yo,
look
don't
fire. What's your mouth?
Wait,
Okay, go
don't
ahead.
that
Go
game
ahead.
look
What
like
that
like
game
it
is
feels?
about?
I was
Nah, but
telling my
everybody has
wife
said that.
like it looks like you watching a movie, but I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah, exactly. I have no idea what am I supposed to do.
Oh, didn't Sony have a game like that until it came out? What was the name of that game? You
There was a
didn't know what
lot
you
of
were
their
doing.
games like that. Death
What was
Stranding.
that?
Death
I thought it
Stranding.
was. Nah,
Yeah, I didn't want to say the name.
Well,
Well,
there was a lot of games like
hopefully
that. No
you're
Man's
doing.
Sky was like that,
Well,
right? So,
well,
but
No, I
anyways,
love No Man's Sky.
and,
I finally got into it,
so
and it's actually really good now.
well. I
It's
mean,
amazing.
maybe
so
you just run around with that big ass dog thing that just tears down trees and plant them somewhere else or something. I don't know.
that's the only thing is it's still a mystery what that game really is.
That junk is fire though, man. Like the
It
way it
looks good.
looks, bro. That junk
Yeah,
looks crazy.
but my favorites is definitely State of Decay, PSO2.
Yeah, State
Um,
of Decay is yeah. I think they're gonna go a route of like giving it a full fleshed out campaign. Still kind of give you the whole building stuff.
Other than
But I think
Medium,
the thing they need
wow.
to make sure they add is PvPvE. That must be in the game where
I
you
don't know
can
about
base
all
build.
that.
You can base build with your crew versus other crews, and obviously you still fighting
I
zombies.
guess I can see what you're saying, but that'll have to be a whole different mode and taken out of the like story element.
Oh no! That's what I'm saying. It's a whole separate mode. It's not in the same thing.
I want to
You
Better
have
see
a
be a
what
co-op
campaign.
story.
Avowed is about
Better be
too,
a
You have a
man.
co-op
I'm
campaign
gonna
story.
tell
mode.
you,
You have a co-op mode like we normally have, where you can you build with your friends if you don't want to fight against anybody, and then you have one for people that want like competitive. Like I want to keep our resources, but I also want to steal this other person's shit.
I
Like
got
they have
you.
a mode for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got you. I can
Kind of like
see
how
that.
season C, the same way Sea of Thieves did it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I can see you. By the way, shout out to Sea of Thieves. 15 million people play this game. And when I think about it, 20,
Sold.
20 million people play Final Fantasy 14, and that's been out longer. So when
Yeah,
I
that's
think
true.
about that, that's a huge thing. 15 million, bro. That's pretty big. But Avowed is another game that I
Oh
was
yeah.
like, okay, I need to know what this. I want to do this kind of game right here. This is my stuff right here. This is my jam. I want to jump
Elder
on
Scrolls
this.
style.
Hey, this is hey. You know what I'm saying? That's my jam right there. I just want to know anybody else down for that. Anybody else down for that Avowed?
Yeah.
I just got to talking to dude. He's like, the showcase was garbage. They didn't show any gameplay. I'm like, dude, they had 8-minute demo of Halo. What are you talking about? They showed Grounded. That was gameplay. It wasn't the trailer, but it was gameplay of what you could do. It wasn't cinematics. It was the game. What are you talking
They
about?
show Medium too. You can see a
Yeah,
more in depth gameplay for Medium
yeah.
on
He's like, and
GameSpot. They
it's
actually show you how it works. That shit's
yeah,
crazy too.
exactly. With the two different world thing.
Yo,
That was dope.
and IGN has the gameplay, like the first impressions of the campaign for Crossfire, which looks fire too. They have bullet time in that shit, like Max Payne,
So
and
I ain't gonna lie.
they have like some
Crossfire,
the suit shit.
the Crossfire beta was not good. So hopefully they clean that mug up.
Yeah, I said
Hopefully they clean that
yesterday
mug
if
up.
they put the graphics that they got in the single player into the revamped version of Crossfire X, it would be fire.
Well, not just fix the gameplay in general.
Yeah,
And,
but in general, you know what I'm saying?
Just turn
'Cause they
down
got
your
Remedy's
just
working.
turn down
Remedy's working on the thing.
just turn down your sensitivity to 40. 39, 40, and you'll be fine. Look, I was lighting their ass up when I did. I was like, but I was enjoying the shit out that game once I turned down the sensitivity because it was more suited for mouse and keyboard.
Are you playing Rose Company? If you ain't playing Rose Company, I don't want to hear nothing.
Rogue Company?
Yeah, that's the beta that's out right now.
You said Rose Company. I'm gonna have to mute your mic now. You about to get ejected OC cuz.
Rogue Company, okay?
Rogue Company, sucker.
No, Rose Water is what he's saying.
No, Don. He was trying to be cute, and it failed miserably.
Hey, look, man. I've been rocking. I enjoy that game. It does have a lot of problems, but I enjoy the game.
I
a lot more than Crossfire.
I seen my boy Core and his brother playing the shit out of it. So, and they love that type of game because they love Paladin. So I'm I'll give it a try. I'll give it a try because it'll be more of my wheelhouse than I think Paladins will. But yeah.
Well, it's
fun?
Closer.
So it's fun.
It's more closer to. It's not like Paladins. I mean.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It seems like it's
pay
more
for
in
the
my
early
wheelhouse.
access, though. It ain't free. Not yet.
Yeah, not yet.
You gotta pay.
You can sign up for the beta. You can sign up for the beta.
I already got this beta downloaded. I just waiting for my time, sucker.
Well, it sounds like you wasting time. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? Are you done? Because we're at the end of the show. So okay, all right. So Slayer, let me go to you.
By the way, look at that gameplay. Shout out to the gameplay in the background. Just FYI.
That gameplay is making me lose viewers. That's what I'm knowing. That's what I'm noticing. Anyway, Don, you will be last, and you will have the full floor, and you can say as much as you want to. That's why that's why I'm going to you. Okay, so Slayer. Hurry up and say what you got to say, man. You know what I'm saying? We got a white gentleman on here, and so we got to respect that.
Man, don't put that heat on me.
I know. I was just gonna let. I want Slayer to just take. I want Slayer to take all the time. Would take another hour. Go ahead, Slayer. Talk that shit.
No, this no.
Yeah,
the pressure to succeed. Oh my God, it's so great right now. And listen, man. Yo, from Forza looking so photorealistic.
Well, Forza looked amazing.
Amazing. That's like, oh my God. Wow. First and foremost, the brake tracing, so smooth. That's just, I can't wait to play that. You know?
That's a buy. That ain't a Game Pass for me. That's a buy.
That's a buy on top, right?
Oh, give me
I had to own.
The $100,
just like all the Halos. I own all the Halos same way.
I bought every. You know what I'm saying? Even more than any other game. I paid more for Forza than I paid for any other game. Every $100 every $100 version, $100 plus version. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, Game Pass is bitch. I got Forza $100
hey,
plus.
Nigga, you like me? You gotta have your crown.
I gotta have it. Forza is life.
Yes.
Yeah.
So there was so many games. I'm just gonna name names. And K Mega, you need to like help me out here because some of the names I'm just forgetting.
Okay.
But yo, bro, Avowed, The Medium. Oh my God, The Medium was like a new Silent Hill. I could see that being so big, so influential, but it's its own style still.
I'm not into scary games, but I really want to get into it. The Medium.
Yeah, me too. I'm not into scary games at all either, except for Resident Evil and. You know, but I could see that being very, very popular.
That game's gonna have some jump scares in it.
Exactly.
Oh man, they got a dude that kind of reminds me of a Pyramid Head or whatever. Big shout outs to my boy Henosis. He said the show was awesome, like the Everwild trailer. Thank you, man. You know what I'm saying? I try to do my best when I try to give you guys gameplay, let you show not only us playing games, but also showing you what's available out there. I change it every week just to, you know what I'm saying? I keep some things in there because there's people that's like, man, what was that game? And then I'll make sure that I know that I'll replay it again so then maybe they'll ask me again and I could tell them. But Man, I really appreciate you guys that see it, because it takes a lot of time to render all that stuff together. And it's not that I'm trying to ask for accolades or anything like that, but I know that there's some podcasts out there that half-ass and they was at first and they weren't. Oh no, we don't like gameplay, but you know what I'm saying. Unlike Four Guys with Quarters, who was the first ones to do it, Next Podcast, who was the second guys to do it, and then GRG is about almost 3 years old, and we've been doing it. So, you know what I'm saying? We've been doing it for everybody else. They just been following suit. So, I feel honored for the fact that people really pay attention to what we do, and it's not towards a negative aspect, but it's because I want good quality for what people are watching and also listening to when we do what we do in this podcast. So
And it's good that the people that are in the podcast are your friends.
Yes.
It always helps.
Yes.
That's an old guy talking.
Man, Kamiya just wants you to recognize his internet connection is all.
Absolutely, that's the main thing, sucker.
Wow, it's all about you in the end, huh?
It is all about me and the internet connection, sucker.
Are you listening, Core? Are you listening, Core?
Get that internet connection up.
Man,
Why are you disrespecting Core? Stop that. Because Core's watching. You disrespectful.
I know. Watch him call my phone and say, you asshole.
You know what I'm saying? Core, for every bad thing Core says about you, I'm 100% behind. Anyway, so go ahead, man. Go ahead and finish what you got to say, sir.
K-Mega, this is the part. Okay, so yeah, Avowed. Oh my God, that was another one. Just, whew. And then, okay, this is where you're gonna have to help me out with some of these names I can't remember. Besides Fantasy Star Online 2.
Yeah.
Okay, before that one, Fantasy Star. Just at first we were debating, is that part 3, and that's why they're releasing part 2?
State of Decay.
Wait a minute, but no.
Talking about Fantasy Star Online.
Yeah.
Fantasy Star. The update is so massive, it looked like a different Fantasy Star game to me at first, and until I noticed the menu on the bottom and the text font was the same. Once I started recognizing those details, I'm like, oh, they updated and refactored it. That's why it came to Xbox in the first place, because they knew this was coming.
Yep.
That's when it made sense.
Did you see how the grass looked in the game?
Oh my God!
That?
Like it. Yep.
Well, I didn't
Did
really
you
pay attention to the
part
poll.
3?
But I just cared about.
Did you see? I rewatched it again.
Yeah.
Did you see the improvements on the weapon fire when it goes out and how the sword reacts? I was like, oh my God. Yes, you need to rewatch that game, nigga.
I watched it twice already. Yeah, no, I'm impressed.
He's right. They fixed all of that stuff.
Man, and they can jump in. Your guy can jump in the air a little higher now than he did before. He's not like. I was like, oh my God. Oh yeah. And those new bosses that they got. Ooh. They did this
to the level once again.
I was just say our girl Kuna Stuni. She said that the game is on Azure now. Xbox gave them that deal, so I don't know. I don't know if that was, you know what I'm saying, it may be true or whatever, but
No, it is definitely true. They got them Azure servers now from Microsoft now too.
Okay.
That was definitely part of a deal with them. And they're
gonna get Fantasy Star too.
Destiny uses Google, I think.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm talking about PlayStation's gonna get Fantasy Star also.
Got you.
I think they're they will, but you know what I'm saying, but it's been a timed exclusive, so Xbox is going to be. I don't even think they're going to get that enhanced version until the PlayStation 5 comes out, so they're going to be almost 2 years behind.
So once again, Xbox gets to work out the bugs so the game can go somewhere else instead of keeping it as an exclusive.
It's an 8-year-old game. Like, nah.
It's more than an 8-year game. It's almost a 20-year game.
No, it's 12 years.
It came out in 2011, 2012?
It's 8 years.
Well, I get that, but I'm saying I said 20 years, didn't I? Yeah, okay. No.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, okay.
You were thinking about the original on the dream.
Shut up.
Okay, back to what I was. Okay, back to what I was saying.
We gotta get out of here. It's over 3 hours.
The fuck? Anyway, lots of games, but Fantasy Star looked like it was Fantasy Star 3. You know, that's how much better it looked than that was just an update. You know, there's countless other games I just can't even remember the names, but that one where it was the investigator. I'm kind of investigating.
Yeah, I was talking about that game. I know which one you're talking about. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
You said you was an investigator. What were you talking about? Like what else was going on with the investigation?
Was like you would like looking around the environment for like clues and stuff. I really can't remember. Jeez, this is driving me nuts. I can't
Okay,
remember.
go ahead. Just keep going.
But either way, yeah, there's just so many titles. Like overall, the show gave you everything you could possibly want, from Tetris, for the whole community type, feel. Like there was just so much. That show was a total 9 for me, totally. And then Halo, like it showed promise, especially when I watched it again in 4K. When I watched all that stuff, everything looked so much better in 4K. It really did, smooth textures, detailed, everything just looked so crisp, so clean, So yeah, the show really, really impressed for me. But the one thing I didn't like was like with Fable, how it was just a trailer to say, yeah, it exists, but yeah, we knew that already. We knew that for years. Like you gotta give us a little bit more than that. It's not our fault that you let that slip.
Now you
there
said
was a couple other.
You said investigating. I'm looking for. I mean, like, was it As Dusk Falls? Is it? I know.
I thought you might have been talking about. I thought you might have been talking about the one where the parents were looking.
Tell me why.
Kids were looking for the parent.
Tell me why.
Yeah. Right. They were looking right. Yeah.
Right. That's the one. Like the parents died. Yeah, and then they all of a sudden had these magical powers.
Right.
What was it? No, the mother died, and these kids
tell me why.
grew up. And they,
tell me why.
Tell me why.
Tell me why.
Right. That's gonna be a great.
So yeah. So the show really just impressed. All around 9 solid show.
Okay. All right. Cool. PK, give us your your overall thoughts about the show. What did you think? From 1 to 10, what was the standout game? What was the most disappointing game?
Well, like I said, my personal standout game is definitely State of Decay 3. My most disappointing game is the Gunk.
What? That's a Nintendo-like game. How was that disappointing?
I'm sorry, it's too murky. The colors are not bright enough.
Oh, you bastard. Okay, go ahead.
But I mean, I'm just being honest. If it was
no, I'm not
like,
knocking you. I'm just like, what? I thought that if any of those games, it would have been.
But you want me to say Tetris? Tetris is more interesting than the Gunk.
Okay. No, well, no, Tetris look hot though. I can't wait to jump on Tetris. My wife was hyped. She said, Tetris.
Oh, and PK, please for me, preach in detail about that Dragon Quest, buddy.
Oh yeah. So
yeah, you're supposed to be the Japanese enthusiast now.
I want to shut down Mega and say I already played Tetris 99 on Switch against 99 other people. So I already played Tetris. It's not new, sir. If you was on Switch, we could be doing the daggone thing against each other.
This is Tetris Connected. This is a newer version, which has stronger online capabilities. So, sucker, no, it's not the same.
Man, Kamiya's hands are too small for a Switch controller anyway.
Oh,
he doesn't have to use that. He can use any Bluetooth controller he wants.
You don't have to find a tiny one.
Or wired controller.
Listen, just because my hands are strong, is small, they're strong.
They're soft too.
He said they're soft. Oh, hey, go ahead, sucker. You won that. I want to mute myself.
Dragon Quest is probably that's a big deal coming to Xbox. You know how many people been begging for that for years to come to Xbox? And then it went to Switch last year, and they're like, still no Xbox. But the thing about it is, the version that came to Switch was a special edition that gave them more things, like more costumes. And the thing about costumes is they're not just cosmetic; they actually gave you bonus stats and abilities. And they also gave you a special ending, which you can change and decide an ending that everybody wanted when it came to Dragon Quest, but you couldn't do it before. And I got it on PC. I was pretty disappointed. I love the game. I was upset that I couldn't choose the ending that I wanted. And now the Xbox is getting the version where we can choose that ending plus more, because it didn't just say special, it says special S. So we getting another version that the Switch or a PC or PlayStation, nobody has. It's a new version.
Actually, the PC is getting that version as well. I had sent you a link earlier.
Okay, but as of right now, as of what we're talking,
As of right now,
no one has that version. No one has that version. It's a newer version that it's like a revise of revise. But if you guys love Akira Toriyama's art style, the Dragon Ball creator, then you should definitely check out Dragon Quest. And of course, if you guys love the old school turn-based RPGs, that is what it is. And what's really dope is if you're really, really old school, you can switch it to the 8-bit mode and play the whole game like it's the old NES or Super SNES mode, which is pretty dope. So if you guys are a fan of that, they got a lot of that in there for you. I think there's and the fact that it's coming to Game Pass. I mean, that just I just think Phil Spencer's been putting in a lot of work. I mean, we got all the Final Fantasies, we getting the Yakuzas, and now we getting Dragon Quest. What? Nobody should be complaining. Nobody should be complaining because their main narrative was Xbox doesn't have games. Now it has games, and the same games that was not on the console. We have the same games now. Now the games are garbage. Now that's not what they want. Now it's old games. And you and me both know that being on PC, old games don't is oldies but goodies. We get them old games and it doesn't matter.
Yep.
It doesn't matter how old they are. We will grab them up and put them in our queue. We collect them.
Yeah. Yep.
We
The
don't
older
care
they
how
are, the
old
better
they
they run when we finally get to them.
Yeah, and then we got to find a way to configure it so it'll work for us because it's so old. I remember. I know.
It'll just run maxed out. I ain't got to worry about none of that now.
Yeah, and the thing is, that is the point, is that we collect those old games so we can continue playing them in the future. Because right now, I'm gonna tell you, what I have on my PC is Chrono Trigger, and that's an old game, but it's a goodie. I have Chrono Trigger. I have the fighting herds and et cetera, et cetera. Detroit Becomes Human. I got a range, and that's how the Xbox ecosystem is going to be, where you have a range of different games that you can play at any given time when you download them. So it is what it is.
People should praise that, PK, because what we got on the PC, now we have on a console. And that's what
the Xbox brand has always been about, to bring those
that's kind of what I was
exclusive advantages from PC to the console. Xbox has been about that from day one.
The thing is, somebody made a statement. This guy made a statement after the game show and said, all those games I could just get on my PC. And I said, and the guy responded, not me, because I truly don't get into that. He responded and said, you do know that Microsoft don't care where you play the games. They just want you to play the game. So if you're a PC dude, then be a PC dude. You know what I'm saying? If you're a mobile dude, guess what? Project X Cloud is going to be just for you. And you're still going to be playing the games. Well, it doesn't matter where you play them. I went from Bleeding Edge from PC to Xbox, and my game save is the same. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where you play. It's all going to be the same.
It's easier to pick a console up and take it to a friend's house, connect to their Wi-Fi, than it is a full-blown PC.
Right.
Yeah.
And now with this xCloud, you don't even need no console at all.
At all.
Phone.
Yep.
I know. I do that with Preview Stream. I do that with Preview Stream.
So, the point is, overall, the brand is about connecting people outside of the console space. So, everybody wants to say Xbox, but the Xbox brand is really Game Pass.
Yep.
That's the Xbox brand. Let's be real. That is the true future of gaming, is Game Pass.
No, Xbox brand. I'm not trying to correct anything. It's community. That's the Xbox brand.
But I mean, I'm just speaking of for as delivering games to everyone, because Game Pass is going to include xCloud. So we're saying the same thing. I'm just saying in a different way that the value that Game Pass is going to be giving gamers is unreal.
Like, I got an example of that. My friend, they really didn't have any games. I gave them a 3-month subscription of Game Pass. Now we can play the same games, and it didn't cost that much. That's the advantage of Game Pass that I like.
Yeah.
You know,
And everybody finds their own way of getting that value. My value is I like the fact that I can play on PC on Game Pass.
Yep.
And still go to Xbox and play the same games.
And Forza 8's going to be on PC now with Game Pass. I'm gonna love that.
That's my thing because
that's gonna be a beautiful thing.
I know, and I run triple screen, so I'm gonna love it.
Exactly what I'm saying. Multiple monitors. Oh my god.
I got the wheels, shifters, and everything. All Fanatic.
You doing it up.
Oh yeah. All right, K-Maker, you can unmute yourself.
I'm good. I'm listening. I'm good. No, great discussion. Great discussion. All right, man. Anybody else?
Don.
All right, Don. Here you go. Finish it off.
Oh, what's up?
He said, "Oh, what's up?" All right, man. So here we go to finish it off the show.
It's all Don now. It's all you, buddy.
What was your thoughts? What did you think? What was the hits and the misses of the show? And then for the misses, give me some detail on what did you thought that could be better and that kind of surprised you with those misses.
I think the big miss has been Halo for me.
Okay.
To be totally honest with you, it's one of my favorite franchises on the platform, and I have high expectations for it. It is very obvious that about 5 or 6 seconds into when Master Chief walked out of that Pelican, that the game wasn't finished. I noticed it right off the bat. I'm like, certain things must be placeholders. This must be early footage. Like, there's just no way. And then the gameplay seemed so basic, but when going back and analyzing it, what made me more frustrated, even more disappointed, is there are things there, but they're intentionally hiding them to placate to a particular audience within Halo. And so I was just disappointed how they, take the whole COVID situation and all those circumstances out of the thing. I'm just disappointed how they displayed it, how they catered specifically to only one fan of the series, and not the series as a whole, and then everyone that's involved and is invested in the franchise. I thought that was a huge disappointment for me. And to be honest with you, I'm not sold on picking up Halo. I'm really not. I think the old art style it makes the game look dated. I think that it's definitely unfinished. I'll give them credit where credit's due there. And to be honest with you, I felt like after watching it, it was like I watched Halo 3 remastered. That's what I felt like after I was done with a couple new abilities. That's really, truly how I felt about it. And so we'll see how it goes. I mean, there's certain things I'm deciphering. Like, I'm noticing the whole entire map. I've gone back and looked at all the box art and everything. I can see. I think the whole entire game takes place on the broken pieces of the ring. The main campaign that you're gonna be playing, I think it all takes place there because there's so many broken pieces. In regards to that I think they're just broken up in mini open world settings with objectives in those areas. Is kind of how they structure it. So we'll see how that pans out. I mean, I'm kind of open to that, but yeah, it just didn't sing to me, man. And I just don't know how I feel about Halo right now, to be honest with you. So I mean, I'm more impressed with Halo 4 on the 360 than I am with what they've been showing so far. So.
Well, now, did you look at the second trailer that they had for?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that still looks unfinished.
And it still looked unfinished for you. Okay.
It's still unfinished. Right. You know, I mean, like the modeling they're doing.
Did it look better? Did it look better, increased or any way?
A little bit,
okay.
A little bit, but you know, I think it's part of it. It's not the talent of 343. It has nothing to do with that, right?
Right.
It has to do with conscious graphic decisions, like basically art style decisions they're making in the game, and I don't fundamentally agree with them. It makes the game feel dated. It makes it feel old. It doesn't. It's just not up to speed, man. I'm just being brutally honest about it. And you know, and there's still time, and I know the game's not done, and I'm not gonna totally over criticize them because when I criticize another artist, guess what? That's when they criticize me, right? So like I get how that goes because I work in that same field, but to be honest with you, I mean, just a grunt alone, I can do better than that in 3 days. Like, so they got to be doing better. They have some of the top tier talent. I just don't know exactly where it's going to end in regards to that. But I do think it really fulfills the old heads that really like the older Halos and weren't willing to give Halo 4 or Halo 5 a chance, to be honest with you. I think it really just placates and caters to them, and I just found that disappointing. But everything else, I was cool to see all the new games and all the new stuff in regards to that. Motorsport, I was excited to see what that was all about. I heard great things before the show, and it did not disappoint. But the same token, I was a little disappointed. That's all I got to see. But I'll see more later, and I'm looking forward to it. So.
All right. Cool. Cool. Anybody else have anything else they want to say before we go ahead and wrap it up for tonight? Okay. All right.
Got a clean slate tonight.
Clean slate. All right.
Smooth.
It was long, but I knew that it was going to be kind of longer. I was anticipating 100 because I thought we was going to go really deep into the Halo lore. Me myself, I looked at the show as a 9 out of 10. I thought that Halo was probably the least impressive showing in the sense of everything else that they showed, because I thought that what they showed with the CGI trailers with State of Decay 3, which was an absolute shocker. Nobody knew that game was coming back.
That game looked good.
And then what I think that what they're going to do is that they're going to kind of slap Days Gone in the face, because they're going to have it look like that with an open world 60 frames per second, which was going to be very impressive.
He's out in the woods too.
Right.
Yeah, like being in the woods at night.
Yeah, and I'm gonna have to shout out my boy Pred, because he was making points of saying, well, they had the person from Ninja Theory come out and they was talking, and it was kind of like a waste of time. At first I wasn't agreeing with him, but then after I seen what Ninja Theory did with talking about why they went with Iceland and where they were going with that could have been the perfect segue to be the part where, like, no, we're not going to show Hellblade, but we're going to show you the atmosphere. We're going to show you everything within that.
Did you go watch that?
Yeah, that was fantastic. Like, I mean...
Oh, it was good?
Yeah, it was very good. It wasn't that long. It was maybe about 10 minutes, 12 minutes or so, but it was just the fact of how serious they were with that game. Like, they crawled in a cave to get sounds from an iceberg. Like, like I said, Ninja Theory was one of those studios, like, everybody was going to talk about, the initiative and everything else, but I was like, Ninja Theory is going to be that sleeper studio that's going to give you things that, even if the PlayStation fans themselves didn't like anything else from whatever that was shown, Ninja Theory is always going to be that studio that gives them what they like. And
me and you talked about this before.
Yeah,
Double A
Ninja
can
Theory
turn
is
into
going
a
to
triple
do that.
A.
Yeah,
right.
Ninja Theory is going to bring those type of games to Xbox. So, what I'm saying, don't know what, I thought, Psychonauts was not on my radar at all.
You never played Psychonauts?
No, but
it's fun, dude. You need to try it. Backwards compatible.
Jack Black is one of those characters that I really like. It's one of those people that I really I don't know. It just seemed like it would be a guy that I could just jump in and just have a cool time with. You know what I'm saying? Just because, he's all over the place, kind of like how I am. And then when he was, and I knew that he could sing because he was doing other stuff.
He got a band. He's got a band.
But the way he was singing the song for Psychonauts, I was like, and then that psychedelic vibe. Oh man, that's so Parliament. I was like, nah, I'm gonna play the shit out this game just because they're going into that nostalgia of the 70s and 80s. that
You know it's a
vibe, and I love
platformer,
it.
right? You
Yeah,
know it's a
no,
platformer.
that doesn't matter to me because
Play the first one.
I thought
You'll
it was
love it.
I thought it was pretty I thought it was very interesting and different than anything else that was shown through any of these shows. Um, Medium, I'm like Don. I'm not too big into the scary games, but it gets that Silent Hill, and I love Silent Hill. That's one of my last favorite
Scary game.
scary games. Even though I respect Resident Evil 7, that's just goddamn terrifying. But I go every October. I'm going to stream it so people can hear my big ass scream like a girl. So I will do that until I beat that game, and then. Um, Chug, I thought that game looked great. I thought that would be like something that would attract Nintendo fans because that seemed like that was in that wheelhouse. Um, the highlight
That
for
other
me,
game.
yeah, the highlight for me was definitely Everwild. I know that I didn't see any combat or anything like that, but damn, that game looks so good. Like it kind of gave the slap in the face to anybody that was in that thought process to talk about shell shaded graphics or cartoon looking graphics. That game looked better than anything else that I seen on the Xbox show and even on the PlayStation show. You know what I'm saying? Even what I'm saying, Ratchet and Clank looked great, but Everwild looked on a whole nother level. Whole nother level. Um yeah, let me look at it. I was hoping that they were
That
gonna show
other game that I like that you like, I got you into the one about where the parents died.
Yeah,
And
tell me
yeah,
more. Tell me
yeah,
more.
yeah.
That's
I
something
gotta
out there.
play that.
Game Pass is perfect for that because I definitely want to try to see what's going on because, like you said, that they were going into a darker atmosphere with
Right,
their games, more mature. I thought that
right.
was good. That was dope. Another game that a lot of people didn't talk about as well was Stalker 2. That game didn't come out. That the last time that game came out was in 2007 on PC. And for that to be an exclusive on only Xbox and PC, that was a huge get because that game has a very good, it has a fantastic storyline, and it's in that horror genre
Got a
as well.
following too.
Yeah,
People
yeah,
might go
yeah.
to Xbox just
It's
to
got
play that.
a huge following. Yeah, like if you look at uh their their YouTube channel, well, the YouTube channels that show those games, they're like damn near a million. Some is a million, others like 800,000. Like it's crazy. How much people like Stalker. So Stalker 2 will be cool. Warhammer, that's going to be kind of like Left 4 Dead, which with guns. I'm all stoked for that. That's going to be really good. Xbox overall, even they showed the 120 frames per second, which I don't think anybody really paid attention to because nobody can really actually see it. You have to feel 120 frames per second.
Yeah, it's like that.
Yeah, big shout out to my boy Lemon who was expressing that. But the thing of it is overall is that you have like just for them to put those enhancements into that and to keep putting enhancements into Gears 5 just to show you that there's more content that's going to be coming with Gears 5, more content that's going to be coming with that. I'm very with Ori and the Blind Forest, and also the fact that they have Outer Worlds. Obsidian had their game. That was my least exciting game. I know a lot of people talked about Awaken. I've never been a fan of that third person view with Skyrim, so I'm not just because it's an Xbox game, I'm not going to get all totally hyped because of that. I did like the way he threw his hands and did the magic and all that shit, but other than that, I just was like, I don't know. And then lastly, I know there was plenty other games out there, but Fable.
That Fantasy Star you fell in love with.
Oh, I fell in love with Fantasy Star, but just for them to actually show Fable and then the questions about Fable where people were asking, was this going to be more realistic, which it absolutely does from the trailer, and will it keep that humor? And then you seen that fairy, which made me cringe because I'm like, damn, that fairy was cute. that damn Battletoad, which, you know what I'm saying, shout out to Xbox, that Battletoad ate the shit out their fairy. So I thought that was like, look, there's going to be a lot of greatness to that. What's it?
Didn't even chomp on
With the legs still sticking
No, yeah,
out.
he just did just one bite, and she was done. One bite, and then he just like, well, yeah, let me put the rest of her in. So yeah, like that was cringe, but then it was also, it was fantastic because a lot of people, they made this point of saying, oh, if Xbox shows Fable, then it was a win. So keep that.
But you knew it was Fable because you saw the city of Avion.
Yeah,
I think it's Avion in the background when they went up.
Nobody didn't talk about all these games that Xbox has and that what they're going to present. And I thought that was pretty devastating. I mean, that was pretty amazing in itself that the show killed one narrative that nobody is talking about, and that is the narrative that Xbox has no games. Xbox showed that they're coming with a ton of games, not only just AAA bangers, but they're showing a variety of games. So you didn't hear anybody that was hating on Xbox talking about Xbox had no games. It was just the fact that they were just mostly going after Halo, and for seeing the developers at 343 making fun of themselves with the whole Craig thing. They're about to slap a lot of people in the face. And for those out there that's been out there that's fighting a good fight, that's saying, look, man, y'all guys are out there just wanting to hate because y'all fanboys, don't worry about it, because by the time that November comes, they're going to be very quiet. It was just no different than with Gears 5. Gears 5 shut a lot of people up. One of the best looking, if not the best looking game with the best frames per second in this generation.
Best looking game this generation, hands down. Yeah,
hands down.
Performance and visuals, how they balance it.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
Okay. I don't want to hear when Halo come out, and we hear it every Halo. When are we gonna get Halo on my system? I don't want to hear that. Every Halo, I've heard that. I know, but I hear it every time a Halo comes out. Yeah. Every time.
Well, in your luck, it's on the original Xbox, it's on the Xbox One X, the S, your PC, and your new console. So you're covered.
Get an Xbox or put it on your PC.
And that's the one thing that I told people beforehand, and that I'm going to still stick with, is that it doesn't really matter, like what you perceive or what you think of Halo, of just that demo. Halo is going to sell, because if not even just from the standpoint of if let's just say that console sales were held back, PC gamers don't give a shit about graphics on that aspect because of the fact of what kind of games that PC gamers play. They play things that look absolutely gorgeous to things that look like I wouldn't play that on my PlayStation 2 or my Xbox OG. You know what I'm saying? So they don't give a damn about graphics. They care about performance. They care about entertainment in the style of play. And Halo,
the game is fun.
And Halo is going to dominate. That's why I said Last of Us 2, Ghost of Tsushima. It don't matter what PlayStation put in front of Halo, it wasn't going to outdo what Halo is going to do. When Halo is available on Steam, like we just see right now, Halo is #1 on Steam. The Halo Master Chief Collection is #1 on Steam. Just think of what they're going to do. What is going to happen when Halo Infinite drops? It's not even going to be funny. The epic situation of just the overall pageantry of Halo as a legacy title is bigger than damn near all titles out there except for Mario and Zelda. There's very few games on PlayStation that even walk into the building, not even to stand with those games, but walk into the building and say we're relevant. It's not too many PlayStation games, regardless of what this generation did, and that's pretty telling about how serious and how powerful Halo is compared to when you look at Mario, you look at Zelda, you look at other games that has that legacy that should be up on the Rushmore of video games.
Should be on Mount Rushmore, actually.
Yeah. No. Halo is just it's just godly. It's crazy and
oh my God,
it's godly. No, I mean just saying you know what I'm saying. It just look at like it's insane. The Master Chief Collection, that game was written off for dead.
Oh, they fixed the crap out of it. It's magnificent.
4 years ago.
It was written off by Halo fans.
Right, you're right.
Never by me. Never by me.
But I told Xbox, I told so many others out there. I said they're going to fix that. That's too big of a project, and then they're going to put that on PC.
On your carpet. You spill red wine on the carpet. You don't just leave it there.
No.
Clean it up.
There's only one time Halo's going to slow down during this season, and then it's going to pick back up again after Cyberpunk comes out. Once that comes out,
I don't even think it's going to slow down then.
People going to be. I'm saying people going to be right back to Halo because people want to play that game.
Yeah, can't stop one.
People want.
All right, let's get the hell out of here, man.
Let's roll.
I knew that this was going to be a long podcast, and I anticipated just one factor, just what's going on, but whatever. But I appreciate it, man. Let me go to Sir X, man. Thank you for coming on, man. Late, but where can they find you at, brother?
I was at work. I'm sorry, bro. But you can find me on Sunday night fight. K Mega, Don, and the whole crew. About 9 o'clock. Be there. We have fun like we do here. You can find me on Sir X Man on Twitter. Sir X Man 1 on Twitch. We do stream and just chit chat and shoot the breeze. That's pretty much about it. I just have fun with my friends, K Mega, Don, and everybody else. Just play games. That's all I do.
Yeah, I think y'all gonna play golf tomorrow, right?
I might. I don't have nothing to do. I'm gonna get into No Man's Sky a little bit tomorrow, but I'll play some golf tomorrow.
I'm gonna get closer to finish Ghost of Tsushima and before I do what I gotta do on Saturday, because there's no matter of fact, Devin the Gamer. It's a perfect time for Devin the Gamer because there's no next podcast tomorrow night. So
yeah, well maybe we'll substitute that. Can it be filler?
Yeah, that'll be great filler. So we could do that. Don, thank you for coming on. I know that you came in late. Just to fill in, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to keep you in here for an hour or so you can go get a little bit of that. So maybe after this we can play a little bit of Halo or something like that. But where can they find you at, bro? I know that you streaming. You're doing very well with yourself. You know what I'm saying? You got the Lamborghini with the suicide doors, man. What's going on, man?
Well, Lamborghini with suicide doors.
Well, I know it's a Jaguar, but now you know what I'm saying.
It's a Jag.
Yes,
I thought it was a Pinto with
suicide doors. No, it's a Jaguar with suicide doors. But then when you start talking about all his assets, I'm like, man, we're gonna upgrade to a Lamborghini with suicide doors.
No, it's a Jag, man. You know how it is. Like Jag is the type of car like when you double park and someone says, "Hey, you double park," but you're like, "Yeah, but it's a Jag." You can come with that little attitude. It's all good. But
and then the shopping cart hits your car. Yeah.
Right, and then people buy them like 10 games just because, you know what I'm saying? Like the rich just keep getting richer. You know what I'm saying? As me as being poor, I'm like, hey, let me get a game, and they're like, Mega, Don needs this game more than you. It hurts my heart.
I don't know what you're talking about, but anyway.
No, Don, you do need to get, because your Fight Night collection is kind of like
it's ass. Pick it up! Pick it up!
Don't bother installing the games.
Oh man! Anyway, go ahead, sucker. Go ahead. Let everybody know.
Yeah. Well, follow me on Twitch because apparently we're maybe doing Devin the Gamer tomorrow. That's probably normal next podcast time.
We'll do it.
So the best thing to do is just follow me on Twitter, which is Don_KTR. All my links to my stuff is on my profile. You can follow me there, and we'll do some Devin the Gamer tomorrow.
Let's do some Devin the Gamer. I'm with that. All right, PK, I see you here still. What's going on with you, man? Where can everybody find you at? And we showed your gameplay twice, so you should give K Mega all the love and accolades and appreciation that you can. That's what I thought. Okay. All right, Slayer. Can a K-Mega get all the... Oh, okay. Okay. What you sleep?
So I was going to say, thank you, K-Mega, for showing the most electrifying gameplay in all entertainment on GRG. You see that? he got a flat tire on and around his stomach. You need to go put some air in that
Hey
mug.
man, listen. I may have a belly,
Please
but
don't
I got,
Yobi him.
but my belly, my. Oh, see, I was about to get stupid. Anyway, go ahead. Go ahead. I was about to say.
You can find me at PKX Live on Twitter, and I launched my YouTube channel. You can find the links at my Twitter page at PK Entertainment. Thank you. You guys have a good one.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you. That's disrespectful. I'm not very pleased with that when you talk about my belly. You know what? Listen, because I got a Buddha belly doesn't mean, you know what I'm saying? I want to go left, but Livewire's not here, so I got to keep it calm. Slayer, what's going on, man?
Yo,
You've been in and out on me, man. You've been in and out on me, man. I was expecting more from you, but you know, I was ready for the feedback on.
It was a different one.
Yeah.
It was a different one, bro. It really was tonight.
We got to do that. We got to do that sometime. We got to talk about that because
no doubt.
Digital Foundry was on some bullshit in my opinion, but it's okay. All right, you disagree, but that's okay. But where can they find you at, brother?
Yeah, well, you can find me SixSlayer on Twitter and everywhere great games are played. Very soon to be on the Dragon's Den podcast, and of course,
the Lamb's Den. When they gonna actually do that, man? When they gonna do that?
Very soon, very soon.
Very soon? Shit,
very soon.
I've been talking about that for like a year.
I know, but coming soon. But until then,
salt on that slug.
Well then, and then, in any case, and still, you will also find me right here next week on the GRG podcast.
No doubt. Excellent. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what? This will be like the second podcast that's kind of birthed from the branch of GRG. It's pretty significant. Like I kind of expressed it. Like, you know what I'm saying? You got grown women gaming out there that's doing their own thing. You know what I'm saying? They're growing. They're from the branch of GRG. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, you know, I know that there's a couple of members that was a part of that's on RDX or whatever, and that's over there. But you know that was Dealer's whole thing. But you know, just look at the branch, and then you like we're the branch from Next Podcast, and then the branch from like from BGST, and from like the We Game here. Like the whole Xbox tree is huge. It's just grown into all different type of varieties of just people. It's pretty magnificent.
Hey, Megan, before you sign off, why don't you make sure you raid core before we go?
Oh yeah. Let me go ahead. I will.
It'd be
definitely
awesome if we get everyone from YouTube to go on your channel just so we can raid core.
Raid core.
What do you want to do to core?
If core's playing Paladins, everybody will leave immediately. But we will raid core. We will raid core.
What the hell's going on, man? If you get like 20 people jump in there, it's like, what's going on?
That would be great. That would be great. But if we raid core, then you know what I'm saying. If he's playing Paladins, people will leave in abundance. But he'll still he'll get some more followers. So yeah, you know what I'm saying.
He's playing Paladin.
Yep,
he's playing Paladin.
Yep, that's his thing. That's his thing, man. But anyway, all right. So that's it. Okay, so thank you guys for so much hanging out with us. I know that we were really extra long tonight. We were going close to 4 hours tonight, but
I told you was going to end up being 4 hours, but you didn't listen to me, did you?
No. I kind of knew it. Like I said, we're just going to talk about this. And I just knew everybody wanted to say what they wanted to say, and then of course I wanted to say what they wanted to say, and then everybody else kind of wanted to hop in. So it is what it is. Shit, what we did on Next Podcast was over 3.5 hours. So shit, I already knew. So it is what it is. I'm so glad for you guys to just hang out with us and support us. You have no idea how much I appreciate the love and support. You just have no idea, man. Thank you guys.
Hey, Megan, we got to show some love. Yobi, happy birthday. He just put it in the chat.
His birthday ain't today. His birthday was yesterday. You can't take my daughter's birthday today, sucker. My birthday, it's my daughter's day today. Get your ass out of here.
Happy belated.
Yeah.
Birthday, Yobi.
Yesterday was your birthday. You ain't getting no shine. My daughter get the shine tonight. Get your ass out of here.
You know, I got a solution here.
What's that?
Hey, Yobi, why don't I introduce you to King Mega's daughter?
Come on, yo. Come on through. We country boys out here. We gonna take you out hunting. We gonna take you out hunting out here, boy.
You
We gonna
say
let
he
you.
just gonna fly her out there where he at.
Yeah. Oh, is that what he gonna do? Okay. All right. Yeah.
Oh,
you
he
know what I'm
talking
saying?
crap again. Look at him.
PK, yeah, that's okay. Yeah, don't worry about it. K Mega will be right there in the scenes. You know what I'm saying? I may be big, but I'm like a rat. I hide in little tight corners. And
You just call yourself a fake ass rat. Turn this shit off.
Yeah, I'm done. I'm done. And next thing you know, Yobi try to put the hand across my daughter's shoulder. Life is over. Anyway,
that's why you got big feet full of stone.
That's right. That's right. Anyway, all right, man. Percolator. As that
Oh God.
All right, man.
What?
I will be streaming here a little bit later, man. I'm going to talk to these fools, and then we're going to get the hell out and just play some games, have a good time. Thank you guys for checking out and hanging out with us tonight. Check us out next week. And for every day that I stream, which will be for the rest of this week, I'll be streaming tonight after this here a little bit later. I'll be streaming Saturday and Sunday. We'll see about what's going on Monday, but definitely we'll be back on the grind Tuesday. So thank you. Everybody have a good one. Have a good night. Peace.
You forgot your phrase.
No, man, we got a pandemic. Listen, there is no pants off, dance off. There's hunting. Don't be going out there looking for some strains, especially when this pandemic coming on, because you might be in a bad situation. So just hunch. Watch a little bit of porn, or you know what I'm saying. If you married, then don't be going out there cheating. Do what you gotta do, man. Just be cool, man. Just be cool. Don't have social distancing, baby. Social distancing. Don't be doing the most. All right, baby. We out of here. Shut your old ass up, Sir X-Man. Peace.
Okay.
Oh, that's the wrong outro. We out here now. Here we go. We gone.